Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty fancy, I'd say. Good way to come back. Glad to state that I'm still here and still alive. Hopefully we're all pleased with that fact too. Like, oh yeah, Jimbles is still alive. We can celebrate. The great cult of the professor can live one day longer. I know, I was away Saturday. Sue me. I woke up at... Hello, comrade. I woke up at, like, way too late to log in and do a decent job of studying. I wanted to sleep in an extra hour and then did that. Hey, Loxy. Sue me. I mean, don't. I don't have a lawyer and retainer. I'm not an entertainment person. How did we both make the same joke at essentially the same time? That's real good. I'm pretty pleased. Man, good day to work from home today. It was nice. Went for a walk in the sunshine in the middle of the day, got myself a flu jab, which I kind of expected to make me feel awful, because I'm just used to the COVID. The COVID jab's just whacking you around for a while, and flu jabs are easy. Yeah, the one thing, but you know, still fun. Yeah, it was nice. Emma was at the office, so it was so quiet in my house. It was amazing. The cat slept on top of my computer for most of the day, except whenever he wanted to get up on my lap and knock off my laptop. From the desk, of course, because who puts it on their lap anyway? And I think that is fucking hilarious. She's not in chat, and she probably won't watch the VOD. And if she does, I'm in so much trouble, so we'll see. It's fine. She knows. It's funny to have an excuse to work from home. I'm like, oh, I have a free flu vax that you gave me, employer. You gave me a voucher and said, go to your nearest chemist, so I did. My nearest chemist is at home. I don't need to actually make this argument. No one has ever questioned in this job, ever questioned why I'm at home. Or working remotely. Because a lot of the time I'm not at home. I'm at a cafe. I'm working on a laptop. I'm getting some free space. And as a partner said, very hilariously, a wild extrovert. A real true one. I'm like, fuck, you got me. You're totally right. I absolutely left my warm and comfortable and safe house where I don't strictly need to wear pants to go work at a cafe instead. Yeah, there it is. Mythical extrovert bullshit. And of course, like, I don't believe in a strict binary anyway. But that one's a pretty good point. Extended games break. Yeah, like, you're totally right. Today I didn't log into Elden Ring, but I certainly thought about it, because apparently I'm about 3/5 or more further through the game, and I don't know. I was just run. There's a whole lake of rot. I'm like, what? Hello, Winch Beast. Jimbles not believing in a strict binary. Yeah, exactly. Friday night, I submit, like, the week itself was incredibly tiring. The weekend itself was also pretty tiring, but not terrible. It's still pretty tiring. So I actually had to skip a concert I was looking forward to on Sunday night. It sucks. I would have loved to see Caligula's Horse live and send some energy to the bards on stage and let them enjoy that. And use it to create whatever masterpieces they have. But I don't know, man. Like, that's self-care. Occasionally saying, I'm not going to make it in. I'm just going to chill at home. I got invited to a wedding that I didn't expect to be invited to on Saturday night. Fucking great time, though. It was a bus. And it was held at a winery. I don't drink wine, but I did ask him to get me a lot of beers. Yeah, across the lake, it was actually faster than I expected. I expected the Lake of Rot to be much more of an issue over time. And I crossed it, and now it was about 10 o'clock, 10:30. I don't drink wine, no. And it's funny, because I've got, like, the unofficial bartender, because I have a qualification and I mix people drinks. I like some port, some fortified wines, some of them, not all of them. And I like a lot of other drinks that people hate, like the Vegemite and watermelon gin and I bet I could find a way to like Fernet. It's not Fernet. And, you know, but no, just wine doesn't do anything for me. And very occasionally there's something I quite like, and I haven't identified what it is because I need to get 5 or 6 bottles in a row and then give them all a good red hot go to determine what are the characteristics that I like. And it kind of sucks because whenever I would walk into a bottle store, oh mate, I'd go for a wander and think, what is interesting, what's new, what can I discover in this new store that, oh fuck, it's 70% wine. And like, I don't know, I think perhaps that is an interesting analogy to how it feels to be not bisexual or pan, right? At a kink event or something. Or, oh no, here you go. What it's like to be vanilla at a kink event. You turn up and you're like, oh, there's a lot of stuff that people are really enjoying and I'm glad that they are having the time of their lives. I'm interested in this much. And I think perhaps maybe the analogy is more apt than I expected, because if I take the oh-so-kind offer by Comrade to see if I would like to try out a few things and give them a red-hot go, see how they feel, see how they taste on my tongue, perhaps I would end up enjoying wine, we're talking about wine, more. Especially at a wine event. I know someone who's a trained sommelier, and it's really funny because you wouldn't expect it from him, but he's really fucking fantastic. It's very fun to put a glass of wine in his hand and say, okay, do your thing. Lovely to watch. And I love that process in a way that feels honest and genuine, and not just saying, okay, do the trick, I want to laugh at you as this fails or whatever. No, it's just really cute. I love watching someone use their skills and their talents, or things they're good at, or things they even enjoy doing and they're not particularly good at, and then just like, show me. Show off for me. We're friends. You know I love you. Show off the thing. It's good. Wine could be involved, yes. Bolt Bar's changed name? Oh yeah, it has, that's right. Well, here's the thing. Bolt Bar is, I don't know if I'd call it my favorite bar, but 2 before 10 in Aranda is one of my favorite places to set up with a laptop and either write or do work, so it's pretty nice. So, like, there are many reasons. Conrad's got a great one there. Perhaps you're a voyeur and your primary kink is just there to watch people enjoy themselves and having a good time. But, like, it would be very hard to go to a... It is a type of kink. But, like, think about it as a pie chart. And if you're interested in Venn diagram, you're interested in, like, quite a lot of the overlap, but not all of it. Like, large kink events are going to have a lot of things going on, right? And because of the size, a lot of people are going to turn up and show off the things they're interested in, what they want to do, and get together. And some people are going to be interested in a lot of things, and some people are going to be interested in only a few things, but you're still all there and sharing. And when there's a large enough... I did say vanilla. Okay, that's true. So when there's a large enough overlap, there's a reason that you want to attend it for, like, the things you're interested in, but not everything. It's like a music festival, you know? You turn up to the music festival and you see the bands you like, and then maybe you learn about something else. Ah, damn it. All right. So, I've got a reason why a vanilla person could be there. Fucking reason this French vanilla. Yeah. I could do a little bit. I am known to get a shot of caramel in my long black once in a while. I'm feeling frisky. A vanilla person is there because their partner is kinky. They are doing their best to give it a go and see what they can learn. There you go. There's one. Ta-da. They were in the bottle shop because they like sparkling wine. Or they're picking up a drink for their boyfriend, and then they see a bottle that's got a wombat on it. They're like, well, I do like wombats. I'll pick up this bottle of wine that has a wombat on it. And that was fun, but I miss you a lot. It doesn't mean I can get distracted too much. Let's play some Pill of Eternity, baby. Yeah. It's how everyone chooses wine when they don't have a basis of what they enjoy. Like, I guess. Comrade, you know more about wine. How do people buy wine? Like, Sauv Blanc. I recognize that name. It's probably not shit. I'll get that. Except if it's got a wombat on it, or it's got, oh, you're buying it for a friend who's named Billy or William. You're like, this wine is called Billy's Shadow. It has a picture of a dog on it, and that dog looks a lot like my friend William. I'm absolutely getting this bottle of wine. And then he's like, oh yes, I like this. I've been given this bottle about 6 or 7 times. You go, hilarious. I never tasted that one, but apparently it was pretty good. Come on, pillows, open up. Vague variety you like is a good starting point. Yeah, like... yeah, and occasionally people are like... There's something I discovered with... Something I really enjoyed about getting into whiskey. No, I'm not as pretentious as I sound. At least not about this. A lot of the time people are like, okay... I'm trying to get in, like, what sort of whiskey should I get? The most expensive one? And, like, a lot of the time, no, because near the top of the range, it becomes more about individual tastes and experiences of each very fancy bottle. At the bottom of the range, it's just as cheap as possible. And anything like the spend money to get greater quality tops off at about mid-range. Then after that, everything you're getting is essentially different variations of what type of whiskey you're getting. Not, I'm going to spend more money to get more. So when people are like, I'm going to get the most expensive whiskey, the Grandpappy's bottle, put it on, give it a red hot go. And then everyone will think, this is clearly the best. I'm like, no, I'm afraid not. Shit, okay. Can agree. Okay, cool. Maybe you should have just got a whole bottle, Luxy. Jeez. Let's talk. It's been a while since we've been in Pillars as well, but Slime Shadows is here.
Sure.
Being adorable. We last, like over a month ago, last time we spoke to our crew, we just finished talking to Seraphim. Let's pick up with Maya again. Say hello to the crew.
Captain, a word?
What's on your mind, soldier?
You've spoken to Aethys, which means you know what we're up against.
Several times.
If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap.
Is that what we're settling for, Maya?
There's no stopping him, is there?
I'm not ruling out the chance of an unlikely solution.
So, that's a no?
She sighs away some of her tension, rolling her shoulders and cracking her neck.
I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it.
Care to elaborate on that?
It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill.
Maya folds her arms and grins. Seraphim likes. Oh, I have to hear this.
There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine.
Maya holds up her hand to frame a distant spot.
The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness. Like someone out there was aiming me. A cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide. But the bullet took my target between his eyes.
She traces a circle over her brow.
I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die.
Takehu likes that as well. Just talking about faith, essentially.
I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Aethys is meant to succeed.
So Maya believes Aethys, whatever he's trying to do, he's going to succeed. That's interesting. Come on, Larksy. You're allowed to get drunk on a Tuesday night. I'm going to have a drink during break. It won't be wine. Maybe it could be. There is an open bottle that Emery's trying to finish, and she probably won't. I could try her white wine on camera. I'm going to. All right, that's it. Settled. I'm not going to pour it because they'll all make fun of me. And thank you, comrade. Cheers for that. It's also immortalized forever in the VODs, comrade, providing wine advice. I like Maya. We're going to take her on our next little sojourn. Time will tell if Aethys getting what he wants is good for the rest of us.
Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
I had some questions.
I've got some answers.
Oh, okay, we've got nothing new. Why not? It's giving you room to speak freely. Let's be off. It is hard when we've taken a break, you know, to remain attached to the characters. I do cheer on anyone who wants to go take a look at the VODs. I think we spoke to Takeru last time we were on deck.
Hey, Kara, well, what do I owe the pleasure?
Takeru sweeps his arms open and chuckles. Well, let's ask him about water shaping while we're here.
Ah, the art of our ancestors, I say. To bend water to our will is a gift from Mother Ngati to her chosen people.
Takeru stands tall and grins with pride.
Since devastation swept our way of life out to sea, too much of the art has been lost. Periki, founder of the guild, organized the lore of Ngati's talent into a series of postures and meditations we call the 4 forms of water shaping.
Periki was an explorer and the founder of the Water Shapers Guild. Many of the modern teachings of water shaping stem from her research into ancient Huana society, which led to her posthumous renown and the subsequent naming of her home district in Nekataka as Periki's Overlook. What are these forms?
Try as we might to embody Ngati's element, our bodies are not water. Ikera, this is the form of grief, a beginner's test.
Takeru closes his eyes and sweeps out his hands, exhaling sharply.
The body's internal water is a force that conquers all. Even the mountain will bow to the stream. The form of hope, I say.
Takeru crosses one leg before the other and sways on the spot. Well, hey, Kelly.
Water commands its vessel, and the vessel can be shaped as surely as the mountain. The form of metamorphosis, Ikera?
Takeru opens his eyes, which now resemble polished onyx. His smile is hungry, predatory. He blinks and the effect is gone.
The art is a challenge to grasp, difficult to master, and impossible to perfect. Unless you are Ngati's chosen, I say.
It has been open longer than a day. Not that much longer, but yeah, okay. That's true. I'll give it a red hot go. You said there were 4 forms?
Ah, it is only by force of habit that I omit the final form. We do not speak of it in the guild.
Interesting.
The form of transcendence.
Takeru closes his eyes and concentrates. Holding out his palms, he bites his lower lip and focuses. Finally, he shakes his head and stands at ease once more.
Only a story, I say. Even crafty Periki could not commit this ancient form to her scrolls. It was said that our ancestors could shape the very oceans of the Deadfire. This was Ngati's true gift, but we have yet to recover it from the ruins of our past.
Let's be off. Essentially all we get. Okay. Fascinating. You can add this amount of detail and interest to your players' subclasses or just choices. I'm thinking specifically again in... well, actually, let's take a step away from Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder. Let's take a look at instead, say, a Forged by the Apocalypse game. Not Forged in the Dark, powered by the Apocalypse game. If you can have each of the subclasses or playbooks simply have this amount of world building just attached to them, you can provide this to the player, or you can have them discover it over time, or you can say, hey player, just make it up on the spot, and it will make them feel really attached to their character and the choices they made in character creation or development.
Watcher.
Just a great way to get them invested. And it works on us here as players because we learn about it from talking to our people. If it's something interesting, then we want to talk to them more, and we're growing attached to a character, an NPC. And good storytelling, right?
Tell me what's on your mind.
How are you feeling? Have you suffered any recent nightmares?
I did, recently with you. You were walking the depths of the ocean, but you didn't drown. And in your hand, you gripped the key to Aora's end.
Her face alights with her fierceness.
I've seen stars wreathing a statue's brow, and souls flowing like tears over gleaming Audra. And then my god headed into the heart of the storm, where he could find the darkness.
How is it that you came to be a worshipper of Gorn more so than Aethys?
My folks, you might say they're not your typical Aethasians. Sure, they cling to the light more than the darkness. But the war, it touched my family. And it changed them. Killed some. Not that I remember firsthand.
She sniffs.
The others toughened, turned survivors. That much I saw with my own eyes, even years later.
That doesn't answer my question.
My aunt's the one who taught me about the cycle of life and death. How everything happens in stages. Whether forwards or backwards, from seed to rot to rebirth again, it's all just states of existence and balance. See? That's how I first learned about the slice of gone within Aethys.
She grins big, confident and happy.
After that, I read all the doctrines of gone. Anything and everything I could get my hands on.
Such as...
The 12 books of Nearwith, plus the epistles from the minor prophets. A lot of them aren't a part of today's canonization, but that doesn't mean they're wrong.
She crosses her arms over her chest, expression pinched. Yeah, Comrade is totally right. That I know that particularly well from, like, Scotch, but most of all, fucking coffee, man. That's why you don't grind your coffee too early. That staleness that comes from old and/or frozen coffee, that's oxygen. That's why coffee beans are sold in bags that have one-way valves. You can swish all the air out.
It's tradition for the youngest born to take up the priesthood of Aethys. Well, I did it in my own way.
Are there others like you, other Gornites out there?
Of course, though we're few and spread out. Most don't keep to temples. Soul shepherding requires travel.
Adair just loves it when Shoti's talking.
Mostly I learned through reading. Any text pertaining to Gone I could get my grubby hands on.
I get the feeling you don't really fit in with the other Dawnstars.
I guess it's the nature of light to want to best the darkness. But you can't have balance like that.
Head downcast, she thumbs the edge of her sickle thoughtfully.
And it's not like night and death are bad things.
Aren't they, though?
Oh, no use in fearing what's natural. Life isn't one long line. It's cyclical. You gotta shed the old to become the new.
My head shakes. I'd like to remind you that this calm, friendly, polite priestess in your party is, in fact, worshipping an aspect of death. Right? She's a reaper. When you have a death, if you're a death cleric or something similar in your party, like, honestly, it's nice to have this sort of comparison and difference.
No need to fiddle-foot around. I'm listening.
Well, that's all for now.
Sure thing, Watcher.
Because, like, being a reaper and just doing creepy reapery things in the party and talking in your dark voice like this is fun for a short period of time.
Greetings again, Captain. Do you require my expertise?
I'd like to ask you about your condition.
My condition?
She scowls.
If by that you mean the results of my experiment upon the sea, I have no interest in discussing it at this time. Or likely ever.
If you change your mind, you can talk to me.
I appreciate that. But I assure you that I will not.
Rats. How did you end up with the Valian Republics?
It was neither so random nor so strange a thing as your question would suggest. In a word, animancy.
God, I love you, Edwin.
The Republics take the most progressive attitude towards the subject, and thus they attract its foremost scholars, among whom I count myself.
Did you enjoy the Republics?
Very much so. Though I imagine you capable of finding someone much better suited to telling you of them. I spent most of my time in laboratories and libraries.
She chuckles. Then tell me of the laboratories.
In a way, your ship reminds me of them. A dozen kith from every corner of Aora, working towards a common goal. While your crew pursues Aethys across the sea. Ours pursue the future. Each chasing our own dawn.
Her nose wrinkles slightly. You could simply tell that a writer, a creator, simply loved Yidwin, and they wanted to do their absolute best to include her as a full companion, and didn't get the chance. Then tell me the libraries.
I admit bias, but they are very likely the grandest in the world.
A faint grin lights her wan features.
Imagine great domes rising above your head, shelves along each wall stacked high with tomes, as if the building itself were built of bound pages. They were the true treasure of the republics. The collected histories, dramas, and comedies of Old Valia. The most advanced arcane theories of Adir. The most ancient liturgical texts of Anguith. And the most advanced treatises on animancy. Many things. A strong dark tea, a comic play, the song of a whale. The soft resistance of paper to quill or fabric to needle. Discovering what's just over the horizon.
Did I accidentally mute my own microphone? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I have. We're back. I'm glad I have the levels. Anyway, Yeetwin, it's like... I don't think she's solely responsible for the Dark Academia trend, but you can really tell that the author is leaning on those tropes hard.
There exists things in this world beautiful and wondrous both. One only needs leave the land to find them.
Oh, she's only a vampire scientist who says things like, there exist things in this world beautiful and wondrous both. One only needs leave the land to find them. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of, let us see what the horizon holds, yeah?
Good Lord.
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
Amalth is twisting the edge of his sash between his hands, a purposeful frown on his face.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo.
Whoops.
But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
He watches you uncertainly, his brow furrowed. Hey everyone. It's like 30 minutes in. What do you think? What should we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? 1, so. 2, I'll have to report truthfully. 3, I'll tell them what they need to hear. 4, I'm worried about what that will lead to. 5, what I say makes no difference. And 6, I don't have any. I got 1 vote for 2, 1 vote for 5. That's pretty good. Currently my tracker is saying we have 3 viewers, so unless we get a vote in the next few seconds, I'm going to have to tie break. And that is, of course, alright. I think I'd like to choose 5. What I say makes no difference.
This is no small matter.
He pinches the bridge of his nose. Woof. Irresponsible. Shorty didn't like that at all.
Don't you worry what will come next? What events you might move forward?
Oh, wow. Hey, comrades, cousin. Comrade Kim. What is this really about, Aloth? He sighs through his nose, his lips pressed together.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding.
He rubs the back of his neck.
I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge.
You did.
As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region.
I thought you were looking for a particular leaden key group.
Yes, and how better to draw them out.
True.
Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
A spark of pleasure gleams in his eye. That's smart.
Merely a first step.
Still, his ears redden.
After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Go on.
It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
Clasps his hands behind his back and begins pacing.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works.
Adair likes that. Listen.
I found references to an ancient leaden key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
He watches you eagerly, waiting for that to sink in. You think that by observing them you can learn how the leaden key works.
And how to destroy it, yes.
Adair likes that.
Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
He folds his hands looking hopeful and a little sheepish. Don't worry, Aloth. I promise we'll find them one way or another.
I believe you.
He smiles, but worry crinkles the corners of his eyes.
Anyway, there's daylight yet. I suppose that's enough from me.
Don't worry. Aloth would be very awkward in bed, but very enthusiastic.
Yes?
Nothing new from you. That's good. Constantin?
What are we standing around for?
Nope.
What's on your mind?
Nothing from Adair? Okay. Well, I think we've had a good time. I really don't know why we can't
Give me
talk.
a real challenge.
Can't talk to Steward. That's very weird. I think to find a solution, we may need to buy a new ship and move the bust. Lift and shift, you know? And that couldn't be bad. Ah, yes, on the open seas. Sailing away. A colourful parrot alights on the railing of a ship. A missive bound to its leg bears a sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Queen Onikaza's missive. Captain Slam Shadows. It would be my honour to host the saviour of Hasonko at the Kahanga Palace. Nekataka is a city for Huana and outsiders alike, and there's no shortage of work for Kith who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace atop Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Well, that's not just a hey, could you come chat to us? That's pretty specific. Right? Now, obviously, a big part of the game is like you need to make a choice between Chornu and bounty for Chornu. I'm pretty sure I saw it. Where are you? There you are, Principi. Kill him. Easy. We'll do that while I talk. And I've been making it particularly clear over and over. It's like we're gonna need to at some point decide what we're doing. Right? Which faction are we gonna join? What are we going to library typing? Oh, sorry, kitties. Bibliothèque Sainte Geneviève. Yeah, interesting. We'll need to decide what faction we're going to join. And there is a way to also not join any, and that's good. It's just the hardest one. But I'm really glad they put that clear, because each faction has their pluses and minuses. Significant ones, too. That's why all the quests that are getting its reputation with each, and you can hate it, you can end up loving it. They're all terrible. Well, they all do terrible things, and some members of them are better, and they need to work with other ones that are terrible, and like, of course. And some people find that really frustrating, and I understand that, because it kind of sucks to feel like you're pigeonholed into choosing the best, worst option. That's not fun. No one actually likes to feel like, oh, I don't really like these people I'm throwing my lot in with. But if there was a strictly correct answer, it wouldn't be much fun either. All enemies take burn damage? Yeah, absolutely. Just stay back, Vela, okay? Well, Aloth is down. I do love you, buddy, but that happens too quickly. Oof. Computer's dropping a couple of frames. I swear I'm not running anything in the background. Let's... Yep. Charms... Oh, charms enemies in close? Yeah, alright, let's give that a go.
Take that.
See if we can get that charm off. I don't think it worked. Oh, we tried.
I'll teach you a lesson. Fuck you.
Yeah?
Shady, can you pull out a heal for us? There you go.
Second try, I say.
Damage enemies morale. Constantin, you better take down that captain. What are these? They're taking down much harder ships before. La boost. It's very written, it feels realistic. There's a great video by Zoe B about realism and how it's altering how we perceive like good and or bad things in some media. And it was a great watch. I appreciated it. Just reminded me what the realism is a concern. We've now got max morale again, so let's just take all the coins. Thanks, lol. Yeah, playing a psychic barbarian, we don't want realism, sure. But I also recognize that I just think it would be boring if there was a clear option where one faction was just we are the nicest. A greater majority of people will just join said faction. Instead, now we get to... A fog rolls in. We get to choose one that aligns closer to what we feel are the best way forward. And one of them is pretty clearly the East India Trading Company, except slightly less shit. Good, but I don't know how I, in good faith, could join them. And the pirates are like, well, we do murder people, but everyone gets a vote. Isn't that good? I'm like, oh, I seem to like that more than the capitalists. Out of nowhere, a heavy fog rolls over the ocean, so dense that you cannot see more than a dozen feet from your ship. With the fog's arrival, the winds die, the waves calm, and the compensation is left aimlessly drifting. There are only sounds, those of the hull, groaning as if in dread of what's to come. Eerie green lights pierce through the fog as the silhouette of a massive galleon approaches. Black sails, though tattered and rotting, catch in an otherworldly wind, slicing the ship forward at a rapid pace. The captain, a skeleton outfitted in tarnished armor with glowering eyes, surveys you from the quarterdeck of the decaying galleon. She wraps two fleshless fingers against her chest before pointing right at you. What the goddess of death has marked, I will leave untouched. She nods solemnly, once, and with a tilt of her skull steers the ship away. As the floating hangman turns, several undead sailors shamble across the deck, hungry for a look at your crew. They scratch at the chipped and rotted railing, heads rolling on their exposed spines. The ship disappears back into the fog. A few minutes pass before the fog fully dissipates and the winds pick back up, rustling the sails. The sea is clear, empty. The other ship is nowhere to be found. What the hell was that? Well, I just want to trade. I don't need to pick a fight with them. Even if the music is suggesting I do. Ah, what I'd give for a sell things below fine quality. Aged shark meat. God, they love it. We're a bit beyond regular fine stuff now. Oh, this is a good kitty. Hello, good kitty. God, that's nice. Yeah. Racist, fascist, racist, capitalist, racist, fundamentalist, or violent, self-interested anarchists. Weirdly enough, if you look at their detail in the encyclopedia, what? Culture? No, where are you? So go to Bank Composer? No. Principes and Patronato. Princes without a homeland, a loosely connected, regulated organization of pirates. Like, that sounds vaguely... There's somewhere here where it's like... they're actually not strictly anarchist. I'm like, ah, man, so close. I'll point it out next time we see it. They act like it, that's for sure. Then again, it's not like I've played Pillars since I started identifying more and more with anarchy as a political organization, and how I find one of the best ways to arrange societies in a way that won't just lead less to people doing things against their own self-interest. Anyway, this is a very silly thing. I'm not gonna be a political streamer because it sounds like we're going to start arguments. Not for the sake of it. It's just... I don't have a caster. God, Aloth, I really wish you were here. It's just you keep getting injured real fast. You're more fragile than Vela. Yeah, I said it. Healer, not a tank, caster, range damage, kind of healer. We could go with that Shoti for a bit. Let's... Haven't had Constantine in a while, haven't had Yidwin in a while. They're all the same. I don't really want Constantine because he just doesn't say much. But we need to change. Yeah, they'll fill in the same sort of roles. Before we go too much further, let's check equipment for the people we just brought in. Wearing boots. Don't need exceptional leather armor. That's very heavy armor. Nope. No, you need that one. Yes, give you a minor defensive bonus, please. Yes, another minor defensive bonus, because otherwise you'll end up dying. Maybe I should be dropping all these. Like dexterity, resolve, resistance, and minor afflictions. Cool, there you go, that's good. Already got intellect. It's a cool looking cape. We got it for supporting it before it was out. Let's do it. Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is not going to come up. Are there no allies nearby? I don't think so. There you go. You can wear some cool stuff too. Put a ring of not being hungover on her. 20% reload time with Arbalest and Arquebuses? No, she can keep that. It's also a very good one, so we'll leave it on. No rest for the wicked. Guilty conscience. Just going for 1% damage on kill until rest, tax 200 times. Change it to 2% every time, or unburdened soul. 1% damage dealt on kill until rest. Oh, that's dealt and received, so you can go, I'll take more damage but deal more damage. Or just I'm fine with that. Barrel. Just a double tap. Destroy a lower level vessel on second consecutive hit. Or knockback when you hit. Such a cool fucking gun. You can upgrade it all the way up to legendary. Pretty neat. It's a good gun. She doesn't need those, but... Alright, that's pretty good. Seraphim, do you have any slots? Cypher Shackle. Very cool. Lion Vanguard with the Horde. Oh, both of them. They're two different things. Bonus deflection while near allies. Convert. Okay. It's pretty good. It'll just increase your recovery time a lot. That's fine. Let's keep him alive a little longer. Barbarian and heavy armor. It's fun. That's the thing. Like, I think one of the rules of the Principi San Patrono is straight up 0 slavers. Except that one person they had in, like, debtor slavery, but we freed her. I think that was one of the reasons I actually felt it was okay to be closer with him. I'm not certain, though. I want to check up on that and figure out whether I still feel weird about it later. If it turns out I'm wrong, I'll go, oh, I'll be pleased with myself. One-handed sword, that's a great sword. Grants devious. Feather light, drawing cut. Gained with the first weapon attack, drawing parry. Yeah. Not really worth upgrading just yet. The St. Drogo's skull is not a lot of damage. But it's an offhand. Burn damage and AoE. If only I had some awakened wood. My wood is so sweepy. The crafting requirements there are. We'll figure it out. Anyway. We'll go talk to the factions again, and it is one of the decisions we will have to make as well. Like, hilariously, one of the decisions we made when we were choosing a faction in Pillars 1 was just to literally kill all of them. And that was fine with me, very funny. Oh, hey, I lost what you need.
Yes?
How are you holding
It's
up?
strange to imagine an ancient leaden key sect could have been working quietly all these years. But we've seen stranger things, haven't we?
Okay, do you have any thoughts on
I'd heard
Principi?
Deadfire had a pirate problem, but I had no idea how large it was. Or how fashionable.
You get the sense that he's impressed to spite himself. It's funny, we've got the Allophons to talk to you flag, but we've already spoken to him and picked up his quest.
Still, the only thing more dangerous than a unified pirate nation is one at war with itself. I worry about who will be caught in their crossfire.
Okay, that's all. Well, it's not there now. He's injured twice. We're going to go take a nap before we fight this potentially dangerous fight. Sorry, it just seems like a bad idea. Alchemy, that'll do. Still survival, that's for sure. You do a evasive roll, get an immediate attack, sounds good. No. Piercing shots? Absolutely. She's just a ranger, not a ranger something, so... Weird that she can go immediately to level 10, but hey, we don't get everything we want. Barbarian Cypher. Don't have any Cypher abilities for him here. Something. Weirdly enough, I actually think Ecto is a better idea because he'll be close to enemies. So he'll actually be able to get that affecting multiple people. There's a lot of time when you have a ranged Cypher instead of a Cypher Barbarian, like it's hard to set up that particular thing. They can go off. Instead, let's give it a red hot go. Now let's go for a Barbarian skill. We love Barbarian skills. Blood Frenzy. Strong Fit, Wind Frenzy, Deflection Penalty. Extra bleed damage or stagger? Ridiculous. Extra bleed damage. Oh, new power level. We get one for each. Yes, please. Armor bonus that you steal from enemies? Yep, great idea. Thank you. Yeah, extra weird that Maya didn't become level 10. Leave, rest, get back in, and let's go have a fight, baby. Catch ourselves a bounty while we continue to investigate. My favorite. Okay. You get a cuttlefish. You get some... Wait, minus dexterity? Never mind. Can I offer you an egg in this trying time? Eat the forbidden flesh. No, what's a huff what? Questionable street food served to the adventurous or starving. Oh, that's good stuff. No kith meat either. I gotta find someone who'll buy it. Extra might and no dex. Have fun. Actually, you shoot people. Alright, yeah, so we'll give you a Mercberry. Mercberry for extra crit. Mercberry for extra crit. Yes, please. And you can have some dexterity from Palmstone. Here you go, have a nice... Alright. Aloth is no longer threatening to die. Let's go. Hey, he's cute, but he's so very fragile. I can't believe that one of the options they give him is like, make him a Spellblade? Put him in melee combat? Would you like that? Let's go.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Yeah.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Who are you talking to?
Wait, look there.
Parathus!
Yeah, alright, that didn't quite work as well as I wanted, but hey. Wish Vela stayed stealth when I unstealth everyone, given you can't control her, but hey, you do what you can. Beacon and terrify some enemies. Hopefully that'll work. Oh, he's stunned. Brilliant! Love it. Excellent.
Aye, only takes a bit.
Slam, move closer, please. It's not charm because they're ghosts. Move a little closer. Actually, that terrified went off. That's good. Use a roar. Is she? Get him. I love knocking down a ghost. That makes perfect sense.
Aye, aye. Be blowing a man down. Bullseye.
I think blunderbuss and axe is potentially not a great idea for our barbarian. Like, I want you to be able to do both at once, but hey. Blunderbuss feels like a very melee sort of gun, right? So it shouldn't be that surprising that you go, alright, blow him up. The whip. Alright, light armor named humility. 0% recovery time though.
What for, Cap? Aye, aye.
That's very good. Gonna get lots of attacks in. That's what we want. Fast mode.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Thank you. My favorite. Love bounties. We could go turn in a bunch of bounties and the quest that's like, hey, go map the Deadfire. Yes, love to. Yes, please. And then get ourselves some extra money and maybe buy a new ship. I've got 40,000. Search a location. Some hide armor, some scale armor, some stun bombs, a spear. Oh, that's all. Thank you. Lovely. Good party so far, it seems. The lack of healing might make feel a little not so fun if we run into trouble with a difficult fight, but it's could be worse. I think we have something to discover, right? I want to be able to name an island. Call it Vela's Fall again. Still lively at 97, so I'm not too concerned. Ah, hardtack. Excellent. Good, we'll put that in our stores, and if the crew complain, we'll feed them hardtack instead of something delicious. Ond. Principi Sempagina. Alright, what you want? We're definitely trying to deal with this. So, the deck-to-deck combat, right? The naval battles. So far my strategy is like, I want to board them anyway. Just wanting. But before we do, maybe I can get a couple of shots. Oh, whoops. I clicked the wrong button. My bad. What I was going to say is perhaps we can deal some crew damage before we close to combat with them. My number one concern is going to be okay, because Aloth... Well, number one concern is always Vela is going to die.
Too tall.
Wish that wasn't so close range.
There's something.
Can we get close enough to charm as many of those as we can? Yeah, look at that double charm while Constantine blows up someone. That will make it so much easier on us already. Tass, Ond, Kend, Merrick. Like, there are a lot of named people here which we could be worrying about. Luckily, we're going to rely on our ability to... I don't know why Ishii doesn't start with AI. It's pretty weird.
Can't make a dent.
Shreddy just went down over there. Now Charm ran off as well. It's not a good sign. Don't have enough phrases to make it work again. Pain Link. Forcing attackers to experience a pain. Okay, well. I'll castle on Seraphim.
You were saying?
Aloth. See if you can get this lot to fall asleep. Without dying. She's is on low health? That's not really what causing it.
I'll teach you. We're losing folks.
Found it!
Maya's on low health. Ooh, one more down. Okay, we should be alright. I want you to leap. Look, it's just with all of them shooting at us. I need someone to go disrupt their ranks. Aloth kept trying and didn't make it. Slam's on low health. This restores healing to us and allies. Let's do that.
How may I help?
Yeah, blow up. Blow up a day. He'll be fine. Good work, my friend. Get tentacles from that choke point. Don't think about being choked by tentacles. Don't do it. I know you're thinking about being choked by tentacles.
And that's how it's done.
Vela, stand back. Adair's on low. Constantine's still up.
Back on your feet, shit.
A grub explosion dealt some damage there. That was pretty good.
The whole
Seraphim take down the wolf and then get up here, which should be good. Good job.
Boy, someone wake up the ranch hand.
Someone wake up the ranch hand. Oh! This archer just shot Vela. And that was real close too, because they were the last one up. And we weren't distracting him. Adair went down, and the archer's like, oh, my next closest target is this little child. We get another attempt. Let's give it a go. Remember. The SS Vela's fault. Damn it. Look, he's not wrong, everybody. Adair, could you get in the checkpoint and immediately die? Yeah, well, you got a days off. It's pretty good.
Still got.
Help shirt here, okay? That's your job To Kehu, you can do so as well. Slam, let's see if your charm can last a little longer this time, huh? That's my goal. Oof. Good job, Constantine. Got a couple of chums off, including one of the named people, who's almost certainly more dangerous. Get a fear out. Alof! Why? Why are you in the middle of the fight? Please withdraw. He's down. Look, we're doing our best. It's just pretty determined to be in the center of the fight. That's it. That was a perfect spot for her to take cover. Just sit there and it will be okay. Let's see if we can get that heal out, Slam. Slam's on low health. Please. Maybe. Please. Good. Small amount of healing. Excellent. Zap. Zap. Get it off. Adair's finally suffering. Sees Gorn's pledge. All those enemies, it's very hard. But we could get a crackling bolt and deal some damage.
Second try, I say.
Slams down.
Afraid not, Captain.
Come on.
Need something stronger.
Good crit. Seraphine's on low now.
Hurts, savvy.
Can we just deal with Om?
Too slow.
Can you see the Pistolier just trying to kill Vela? Quickly lay on hands yourself, maybe. Well, Pistolier is leaving Vela alone. That's a plus.
How's this one go again?
Yep, okay.
The wrong and nearly.
I mean, now you're ranged, so let's get those shots off. Don't focus on you yet. Woo! We fucking did it. We did it. Fuck, that was tough, wasn't it? Slime Shadows gains a rank. Woo! Oh boy. Exceptional Scepter. Well, some cannons. Double bronzer. Take a look at this. Ugh. Worrying. Stressful. Potentially, I feel like those sort of things make it even harder to be like, yeah, I love the Principi, because they do. They are pirates. They turn up and they try and kill you. And they don't even feel bad about it. Get off the ship, have a rest, do the same. Exceptional Scepter. Could be good for Aloth if, like, he didn't have the lead, his favored weapon he took from the leaden Keybreaker. It's just that, like, when you critically hit with it. Mesotheist. Reject the power of the gods, or grants party chance to reflect punishment and condemnation attacks. That's not that much. Reject the wheel. All defenses accept deflection when you score a kill with it. Pretty cool. Honestly, what we want to do is just make his armor better. So he stop dying all the time. There you go. It's now fine. In fact, now it's exceptional. Good lord. Elementally stable. exceptional pistol. Do we have even better ones now? No, just exceptional pistols. Lovely. Hey, corner. Yeah. We've got ourselves a powerful rod here. Actually, rod's another item type entirely. Can't believe I led you astray. Hey! Why don't you heal?
Aye, aye.
Alright, well, let's go.
Keeping an eye out. Yeah?
Hey, rogue, could you stand there?
Wait, look there.
Yeah, cool.
What for, Cap?
Hey, barbarian who can, for some reason, stealth. Just move in and see if you can get a backstab out. Or not. Pretty good. Vela, would you stand back, please?
Might as well be hitting the water.
Alright, well, we're getting no penetration on him, so let's do some debuffs, baby! Make him afraid! What are you doing, man?
Gotta have something here that works.
Yeah, right away.
He's terrified, he's fleeing. Oh, this is not gonna go well for him. Yeah, cool. Every bad decision, all the time. Well, I mean, Adair is leaping, so we move jump into Final Fantasy. You should be pleased with yourself. Superb light armor! 20% recovery time is not much. Well, wow, that's actually really good. Potentially better than our last current one. Yeah, armor 7. Armor 11. There you go. Look, I know we just upgraded it, but too bad. I wish I knew the lower area of effects. Minor shame, but you know. Not enough materials. Oh, we need a sapphire, right? Because that would just be good. We're gonna give it stealth. Okay, oh, that was good.
Right away.
Kill Ikono. You've gained his head. It's a bounty. And here's the thing, I don't know where to turn that in or who wants Ikono dead, but like, it's an open world game, man. You see someone with a name, you're like, I can probably kill that. I'm gonna kill that. And it's not strictly realistic to go. Oh. It's not strictly realistic to say, oh yeah, take this guy's head, he's gonna be a bounty later. But it's very video gaming. Right? It'd be much harder to do that sort of thing with a role-playing game. I'd say instead, if you was a tabletop, you'd like, you find a note on them that says, I know I'm being hunted by bounty hunter for so long. I don't know. Where you expect to find a small Huana village is instead a pile of rubble. Several large pits run down its middle. As you realize the pits are in fact the footprints of a kith that must be as tall as a mountain. Might be something in the wreckage worth salvaging yet. Search, nothing. Search, nothing. Oh, great. Lovely. Palm stones for everybody. Rest. Why? Because Slime was injured, baby. This location is above your level. It'll be hard to complete. Will it though? We fought a 3-skull red-colored sword fight against what we presumed to be a mega boss earlier, and we were fine. We were fine. All right. Well, let's at least see how it goes, right?
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I Cap.
I Cap.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Here we go.
Just opening up. Kill. Pig. Pig or sleep. Pig or sleep. Sleepy. So, one of the things I rarely take any notice of, you can see the percent of resistance on their mental stat when you mouse over it. Flamewalker's got 63% chance, and that's all. Let's give it a go. Sweepy! No, just knocked down.
You were saying?
Maya, what are you doing? Get back. In fact, it is your job to deal with this. Send Ishiza to deal with it as well. Oh, that was good. Interrupt, knock down. Aloth, you're one of our major DPS people. Could you deal with this Flamewalker?
There's something you don't see every day.
I cannot whack him any harder.
We actually need a big zappy. There we go.
Another attack, Cap.
Okay, so we're getting a lot of those. There's no penetration on this attack. Aloth, no. There's one enemy you don't need to fireball it. You see that? Did you see him start casting?
Aye.
I trust you, Aloth, but you're acting like Golem King here. Let's just blow him up. Just blow him up. Indecisive. Combat only. Random effect. 5% action speed. Cool. All damage shield. 20% negative 20% hostile effect duration. Extra pet. 30%. Like, that's fucking great. Just wow. Very good amulet. If only there weren't so many other good amulets to just equip.
You must gather your...
It's fine. See how easy that was? There were only 3 enemies. And they didn't immediately kill Aloth and then Maya. Or another way the game is beating us over and over. Immediately attack Vela. Bet on harder difficulties they do. That would make perfect sense to me. Crew don't like that we're giving them water every day. But we keep them happy by beating up other ships. Yeah, I agree. Aloth's a cutie. He's a fragile little sad boy. Sad boy wizard? By God, how am I going to survive? Water and hardtack. Oh, a beacon for plunder. Yes, please. Pry bar, fan of flames, peridot. Nothing. Cool. When the ship's moored, you don't need to pay for food or water. They don't lose morale. So if you're really clever, you just spend longer. Urunga. Tell me. Chornu. Lift his refuge in Dunning. Biakara. Nope, we've got that. Nope, that's interesting. Clara. Probably have to kill these people at some point. Just not yet. Hungry Shoals. Shield Sister Dahlia finds you on the main deck. The sailor presents a compass, expression oddly baffled. I think the damn thing's broken, Captain. Continue. Ikuk. Expert cannoneer. I wish I knew. I'm sorry. Ikuk stares out at the sea. A shadow whale falls upon us, peering through us to pierce the depths. Shield Sister Dahlia blinks blankly at Ikuk. Ikik. Bayadil points ahead. Reefs, Captain. Some ships cross them to save time. We can try it ourselves or we can go around. Shield Sister Dahlia sighs. With our instruments acting like this, I say we sail around this place, whatever it is, however long it takes. Head bowed, Eld Engrim mutters quietly. In hiding, the obscured imparts revelations. Mayhap, the god of secrets, has marked this place for a reason. Rumdum what's the condition of our hull? Rumdum grins. It's in good repair, Captain. I wouldn't sail through a reef myself, but there's a good time to try. This is it. Take us through, Badal. Wanderer, protect us, Shield Sister Dahlia mutters, hanging the useless compass on a peg. As they sail above the reefs, a faint light shimmers in the depths. At first, the glow barely reaches the surface, but it gradually brightens, its source rising closer, something that looks like a submerged mountain peak. You recognize it as a vast shelf of luminous Adra. Soon you are surrounded by the jagged shoals of the stuff, reaching for your ship like grasping claws. Your crew grows quiet, tense, and transfixed. Peering overboard, Yakik whispers, the eyes of the eyeless face. Just below the surface, and surrounding your ship, you glimpse a host of eyes watching you. As they flicker, however, the eyes resolve into thousands of fish, their silver and blue flanks marked with black spots like pupils. It's a blessing, Eldengrim says, but the others don't seem sure. Steady now, nice and easy. The shoals crowd and close about you, and Badal labors mightily to keep the ship between them. But a snag catches at the hull. Badal cries out as the wheel wrenches free from the sailor's hands. Shield Sister Dahlia grabs the wheel, guiding the ship towards deeper waters. Helmsman, partial success. 19 damage, gain experience, but he was injured. At last, the shoals and Adra recede behind you, and the eye-like fish give up their pursuit. Shield Sister Dahlia checks the compass, now pointing faithfully north, and breathes a sigh of relief. Pretty good. Worthless idiot gained a rank. Not so worthless now. Now we can move through. But our helmsman's injured. Luckily, Berta can be our novice helmsman for a bit of time, and Badal can rest. Ship cannons. Can we replace one? Deer wooden hognose, 150 to 400, 4 to 7. This is 1215. It's got a long reload, but that's fine with me. Let's put a double bronzer there. Gotta get something that matches the range, 250 to 350. Let's give that a go, huh? What's the worst that can happen? I could be putting the Prichevi colours up instead of the deer wooden colours, and then we wouldn't actually be attached by them. That might be a good idea next time they sail letters with awful intent. We're like, well, fuck, what do we do? There you go. Matakal Landing, huh? Disembark on a calm beach. The thick tree line ahead separates you from the deeper jungle. You see evidence that another landing party arrived here. Booted tracks lead off into the jungle, though it doesn't look as if anyone returned this way. Well, let's listen. Then you spot it. Subtle movement in the tree line. You're not alone. Go back the way you came. We put the beach behind you and consider your approach. Why are we doing that? Because I want to use the perception and see what happens. Just want to see all the options, you know? Alright. Well, no, we don't have a choice. Okay, let's show our empty hands. I know you're out there. Let's talk about this. Several Huana warriors, decorated with the face painted the Wahaki, calmly emerged from the tree line. An aggressive and isolationist Huana tribe, the Wahaki have consistently pushed back the Valian and Rautai in efforts to expand into the outlying islands of the Deadfire Archipelago. Owlith studies their painted faces and looks to you with a meaningful expression. The tall warrior separates out from the fold and pauses, giving you a severe look before approaching. Okay, well, let's chat. Good thing we didn't charge at him then, huh? Kinda wish we had our...
You've come to the wrong place, outsider.
The Wahaki warrior clutches his weapon and stares you down. I can look scary too. Come closer and see for yourself. Like, greetings?
If I must carry you out by your ears, I will do it. This island is under Wahaki protection.
He does that because we're an Alden?
You cannot have business on Motari Okozi. Leave before I feed your bones to the jungle.
Makes a dismissive way back towards his ship. Let's use diplomacy. I come for knowledge and take nothing but memories. Golem King. You just want me to use Intimidate? Step aside or I'll feed you to the jungle alive and screaming. Hilarious, I admit, and very much in your particular, wheelhouse, right? You love that shit. Loxy votes for 1. Well, honestly, I need to take what everyone thinks too, because I want to press 1, but what if 4 other people press 4? You know, enough people to make Golem King right. Which he will be smug about. Sadly, it's not quite enough. Oh, that's true, Luxy. Very clever. I'm afraid it is 1 person, 1 vote. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Nice to see you. I come for knowledge and take nothing but memories.
This is no library, Outlander. Death herself has touched this jungle.
Something about your words causes his temper to even out.
It seems you intend on letting the island do our work for us.
He lowers his spear and sighs, gesturing for the others to do the same. What is so dangerous about Motari Okozi?
We do not venture into the deeper jungle, but we know it for what it is. A place where nature has gone mad.
He lets the silence drag on until the point has its deserving emphasis.
It is not for me to explain the tales of our people, but I warn you to keep your distance. Motari Okozi has claimed more lives than you would guess.
Let's have it. How many?
Imagine a number. It is more, I say.
7. More than 7?
This island soured in an age when tribes were
bad
vulnerable
joke.
and separated from their kin. It grew teeth where none had sprouted before. Imagine the feast laid out for an opportunistic glutton.
Why did the Wahaki protect this island?
You did not come here to learn our history, and I do not share our secrets with outsider filth.
I'd like to learn your history. I honestly don't know why. Primarily my main goal is sail around and learn things about the setting and show it off to people who are kind of a little trapped in the sense that they're watching my stream, maybe just because they think I'm cute, and this is what they get. I'll just flutter my eyelashes, it'll be fine. Have you heard of the painted masks? He frowns at you quizzically. The other warriors shake their heads.
Oh, worth a try.
Aloth leans close and shrugs. Can I leave now?
You have done nothing to earn the trust of the Wahaki. I cannot look into the eyes of my chieftain and explain to her why I let you go into the jungle.
His eyes narrow, his grip on his weapon tightening.
Better for us both if I killed you now. We will give your body to the sea with all the rights that a worthy foe deserves. An outsider can expect no greater honor.
And Beta nods to himself as he comes to terms with this simple inevitability. I suppose this is the end of our negotiations, then.
You should thank me for sparing you a death at the hands of the jungle.
And Beta signals his warriors and attacks. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this. You chose to do this. Now I'm gonna run into you with a bird. Oh shit, he may kill us. Or he may kill Beta. And we're gonna do what all colonizers do and rename your island. Rename it Vela's Fall. Quick, Aloth, zap the fucker. And bird, just want you to get out of the way.
Not exactly what I was going for.
What for, Captain?
Aloth, did you miss everyone?
Me too.
Nah, they're not gonna make it.
More orders?
Did she? Wait, one of the reasons I never played a ranger, it's just whenever I have a ranger, he needs that, like in my party, they just don't do much. Come on, knock him down. They're cool bird powers. Bonk.
Me too. Right here.
I need to charm, let's just pull a zap out.
This is futile. Leave it to me.
Why did you do that? Just decide you're going to attack melee. She's innocent. Hello, Kibble. Like, I don't want to kill the natives. Whoever wrote this missive to the Wahaki ambush party left deep indentations in the parchment. Another outlander ship sails from Mataria or Corsi. That makes 3 and better. Your warning to the prince only whetted his appetite, as I told you it would. Better that the trespassers die on the beach than meet her ladyship inland. Finish the job this time, or I'll find a warrior better suited to your responsibilities. Following the message is an accurate description of the compensation. Oh, so perhaps it wasn't our fault entirely. Still, bit of an overreaction, I say. While we're here, I want to change party.
You must.
Yeah, it is good to see you, Gibble. And is your didgeridoo on the soundtrack? I think so. I'm not certain. What we're going to do is whip out Seraphim. Alright, on the ship. And I want Takeo. Actually, don't want Maya and do want Takeo. Why? Because Maya does kind of belong to people who are trying to colonize this area. Like, militaristic imperial colonizers, but colonizers nonetheless. They're not doing it solely for capitalism. Still not good. Sky burials. Blightheart. Find a strange item on the ground. Vines twist about its length, holding it fast to the earth. You manage to pull the vines away, though you find them strangely resistant to your efforts. Their removal reveals an arquebus of unusual make. Wood gun. Unfit for melee. Exceptional, though. Corrode damage and a cone AoE from self and hobble target. That's pretty cool. Binds with. That's pretty interesting. Chanter, Ranger, Wizard. Let's read this whole one. This is interesting. A small oilskin wrapped letter lay with the arquebus in the grave. The patent letters are blocky and deliberate. Well, now you've done it full. I don't know if you be a grave robber or just an opportunistic knacker, but you've stepped into a mess in either case. You found the gun, and I don't suppose anything I write here will convince you to put it back where you found it. So be it. Listen, and listen well. There be dark places in certain forests where souls linger after death. Hangman trees, quicksand mires, deadfalls, and the like. Places where people met their end. The me and Peg were to find these places, hungry for the soul energies. I've seen them. It was my job to clear them out of the woods, them and other monsters, and I was damn good at it. Good enough to become prideful and foolish. I killed me a big one, a main Pegwa, matriarch. A mean bitch she was, cruel and hungry. Thought I'd make her into a trophy. Took a twisted wooden heart out and fashioned a new tool of my trade. There's a blank area at the bottom of the letter, as if some of the text is missing. Oh my. Whole bunch of other stuff. Not particularly useful. But, whew, that's cool. Hey, quickly. Oh, she's not in the party, so I can't give it to her. Aloth, do you really like the Keybreaker Scepter? What if I give you a gun instead? Would you like a gun? It's a lot more damage. Bind it. Chanter, Ranger, Wizard? Seraphim? No, you like to be a melee. You're a Chanter Barbarian. Hey, Slam. I know you dual-wield pistols. What if we take just... come on, man. You gotta know what I'm trying to do here. What if you take just a quick time off? When we make sure you actually can't do anything in melee because you've got 4 sets of guns. Well, you got 3 guns, 2 sets of them. Bind Soul. Span cannot be equipped to any other character until it's binded? Of course. Apply 30 dexterity afflictions. Fuck, can we do that? Well, almost certainly. Now I need to look it up. And it's nearly break time. Ugh. Well, let's try and level it up. In the meantime, let's see if we have any dexterity afflictions. Spiritualist. Not records. we get... No, not journals. Weirdly enough, I feel like I gotta do it from level up screen. Anyway, I'm going to enter this location, hit the quick save button, and then change. Change? No, go to break. And then I will get up and stretch and pour myself a wine and say hi, you know. So there's no one in the house except me and the animals, so...
Borrow a sword? I promise to be careful.
You level up into Ranger, Vela, and I'll give you a cool gun. Quick save completed, break time starting. I'll see you in 10 minutes, maybe like 10, 11, that sort of thing, okay? I will catch you at 8:40, probably 8:42, okay? Be good. Microphone off.
Are we gonna fight someone? I want to throw the first punch. I bet my tongue kind of hurts. I can't wait to make some new friends.
Now we're back. Cool.
I'm safe with you, Captain. I just know it is all.
It's a Moscato. It's from 2020. So that's strictly delicious. It's very sweet. Okay, hold on. Sweet, kind of fruity. Very fruit. Yeah, well, it tastes like delicious lolly juice. That's honestly not an issue. I also really like. I also kind of like dessert wines when they've come up. So wouldn't be surprising if it doesn't count as wine. If you have no wine to drink, Loxy, maybe you can't really go and get some in 10 minutes, can you? Oh well. Yeah, that's tasty. Good job, Emma. I'll help you finish this. But it does mean I need to keep looking.
Please.
Sure, who are you?
Come, Blanca! Help me!
Thorn-covered vines encircle this Vailian woman, constricting around her in a deadly embrace. Her speech gets cut short as one of the vines about her midsection tightens its hold, nearly forcing the breath from her lungs. Gritting her teeth, she braces against the vines and fights to steal back some breathing room.
Pazzo! Stinking weed!
She regards you with tired, bloodshot eyes.
Nature has turned her hand against this woman. We must not leave her in the state, Captain.
I don't know what you are, stranger, but your kindness goes down smooth.
She manages a wan smile towards Takehu. What happened to you? Actually, let's see if I can do something about those vines.
Thank you. Only I don't know how we're going to manage it.
She strains at the tangled mass of vegetation. Takehu, anything you can do to help out?
Makara, a simple matter of denying these vines their beloved water.
Takehu strokes his chin and smirks at the challenge. He squats down and runs his hands along the vines, closing his eyes. A sickly black humor pools at your feet as the vegetation expels the last of the rancid liquid that sustained it. What is left behind relaxes its hold on Baltia and diminishes.
Not my finest work, but it is done.
He winks at Baltia and helps her up. Not the time, Takehu.
I think that did it. Agrasima.
She struggles to her feet with a pained groin, massaging aches all over her body.
Our ship landed on the other side of the island, but I am the last of the crew, and I cannot sail her alone.
We'll save you, don't worry.
May I join your voyage? I do not care where we make port, as long as it is far from here.
What happened to you?
Director Castel sent us. We were shadowing a Juana expedition, trying to figure out what they were after.
Your gaze wanders toward the outer limits of the visible ruin.
Corpses, all of them. But we couldn't turn our backs on the mission, so we went deeper into the jungle.
What did you find?
North of here, there is a golden disc, big, heavy thing. One of my mates took a piece of it. Everything went wrong after that.
Right.
Something took us while we rested. Oh gods. I woke up and there was a flower growing out of my casita's mouth. I started pulling weeds out from between his teeth.
What a lovely horror story.
Then I got hit from behind and woke up here.
How has this place already claimed 2 expeditions?
There is something guiding the creatures here. A woman, I think. She gets under your skin.
Baltia raises a shaking hand to her temple.
I only caught a glimpse of her in passing. Huge. And her daughters are none too fond of outsiders.
A giant woman? You mentioned something about a golden disc?
We didn't learn much. It was already missing a piece by the time we got here. The most I saw were a bunch of Juana's scribblings.
Those scribblings were made by my people millennia ago. I suppose you just wanted it for the plunder?
Not necessarily. It would have made a fetching desk at the company headquarters.
The side of her mouth twitches with a reflexive smile.
I wager it was what the other expedition came to find. Not that their luck was any better than ours.
It's really delicious wine. Maybe I should order Moscato. This delicious lolly juice. Well, welcome to the crew. I'll see you on the ship.
Ak, casita. I will see you on board.
Snapping to a sharp salute, Baltier manages a pained but genuine grin.
If I was mad enough to tarry a moment longer, I would walk with a quiet step.
Why is that?
The Pugra who guard this jungle get edgy whenever anyone steps near their trees.
She nods, flashing you a respectful salute.
Plants have minds of their own, I say, and sharp teeth.
Okay. Slog zone. Alright, so, weapon sets. We need to try and get dexterity afflictions. Interrupt. Crush damage. Slashing. Paralyzing. Dexterity. Negative dexterity. I think that counts. Well, I guess we use mental binding a lot and see how it happens. Should do it. Let's give that a go.
Hey there. I got this.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, I cap.
Ooh. Search for something among the roots. Find an exceptional mace and a couple of coins. This tree exudes a stench of rot and corruption. Though the vines and sharp leaves twisting about the trunk appear lively enough, this is no life of nature's design. Study the tree, see if it is beyond healing. The bark bulges with rancid sap. Life endures somewhere in the heart of this tree, but time and corruption have twisted it into a nearly unrecognizable form. Someone with a connection to nature could reverse the damage. Have a druid whisper to the tree, convince it to give up the corruption in its heart. I think it's got to be Takehu, right? Takehu leans in closer, whispering to the tree and caressing the bark with care. The surrounding vines shudder and pulse in response. Stepping back, Takehu passes you an affirming nod. The thorny vines retreat into the earth. From the heart of the tree, a gurgle precedes the expulsion of dark, bilious water at your feet. Starved of corruption, the tree seems greener and more lively already. Suddenly you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your head. Fiend! Remove yourself from our domain! The disembodied voice batters your mind like a hailstorm before swiftly departing. Oh, shit, she's coming for us.
I don't feel so sick anymore. It's been so long since I felt well.
The Delimcan blinks at you.
Mother, she will be in a fury if she catches you. Better that you leave now and never return.
How did you become this way?
Mother convinced us it was the right thing. That was so long ago. Our hearts soured to everything outside of this place.
So, well and truly, nature has turned against everything here.
I do not wish to remember.
What can you tell me about this island?
When Kith angered the gods, a blight spread across their lands. Mother thought only of our survival.
When Kith angered the gods, eh? That seems to happen quite a bunch.
Fire, ash, and waves as high as the moon battered the dead fire. Mother twisted us so that we could endure. We have cared for the grove ever since, after a fashion.
I think I've met your mother already, in my head.
Then she must despise you, as she does all outsiders. We have been alone for so long. She does not recall the meaning of company.
She winces, the edges around her eyes crinkling with regret.
Do not provoke her. It can only mean your doom.
An expedition came through here looking for evidence of Ukaizo.
Were they the ones who we... Oh, God.
She covers her mouth and retches.
I did not ask them why they came when I hurt them.
Try not to cause any trouble while I'm around. Farewell.
I promise to try. I can at least calm some of Mother's allies.
She closes her eyes and concentrates. The jungle grows more serene around you.
Our mother is ill. Perhaps even beyond healing, I know not. But you must stop her. My sisters and I, we can help you in the struggle to come. Lend the others your healing hand.
Great idea, let's do that. End dialogue. Jungle Lurker, no longer trying to kill us, that's a plus. Well, there's a soul, and I get to do my soul voice. This fragment of soul vibrates with a sense of deep worry and hesitation. As you draw closer, it drifts towards you with a sense of blind urgency. Read the soul. You pant with exertion as you flee, clutching an ornate golden ring in both hands. The hip-deep water slows your frenzied escape, but you persist with some tattered memory of hope. A pained shriek rings out from the jungle. You turn back, distracted, and manage to run headlong into a towering form. The creature swivels her attention down at you. She plucks you up with a bony talon as she would a doll. Through the haze of disorientation, you make out her pitted face and milk-white eyes. Cackling, she snatches the golden ring and hangs it on the branch of a tall, gnarled tree. She tells you of the awful fate you'll suffer, feeding her grove, watering her children, but she makes it all sound like an honor. You wish you could believe her. The vision disperses in a cloud of pain and confusion. Let go of the memory. Weirdly enough, you can read the soul again. Not sure what the point would be, but hey, you can. Keep using our light foot.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Corrupted tiger. We're trying not to get into a fight just yet. Just yet. The inscription reads, "It is the charge of all living things to safeguard Ardra. The gods know this. By our fealty to the Covenant. We're looking for other trees so that we can heal things with Takehu." Well, there's a spawning. He doesn't want us dead right away. The inscription reads, "Nagati offered her chosen people with dominion over water. A rotted lady, spawlings. You think the rotted lady is going to be the end boss? Okay, do you think we can touch this tree and we'll come out okay? I know I want to hide a little bit. Gives a little bit more of a chance. Touch that tree before she catches us. You know what? Hey Seraphim, you got the highest stealth out of everyone.
Aye.
Yep, you touch it, start the dialogue. And from a distance, Takehu can interact. Ah, video games. Lovely. It's not realistic, and at this point, I'd say to tabletop, it'd be very hard to do this. Actually, look at that interact screen at the bottom there. Does it look like everyone's too far away to interact with the tree? Maybe. Maybe. Still, otherwise, these sort of tactics can make someone feel... My lesson here for your tabletop games is not, like, do this sort of thing, like, let players interact when they're not actively there. Generally good advice, not always. Like, phrase it differently. If one character has the scene and you as a player and a character want to interject or say something, it's hard to be like, and now I'm there. Like, that's not good. But what you can say is, you remember that this character would, since you've been adventuring with my character, Candacia, for months, you probably know that she would like X. Just an extra step for immersion, you know? But instead, I want to advise you to go along with the weird, crazy plans that probably wouldn't work in real life, but make people feel good. They're fun. This corrupted tree bows crookedly under its own weight. Every limb drips with thick, putrid sap. Its vines have entangled the tip of an Adra pillar and seem to be infesting it with the same rot that permeates the surrounding jungle. You sense the life force of this tree reaching out to distant figures, something old, wild, and mad. You have little doubt that interfering with the tree will alert this being to your presence. Investigate the corruption closer. You shift aside some leaves and vines, poking your fingers into an ooze-filled knothole. The sap running down the bark is both hot and uncommonly sticky. Down in its core, the tree is still green and alive. It won't be long until the whole organism becomes a ravening parasite, but it seems aware enough to slow that inevitable decline. Inspect the pillar of Adra. Its surface is pitted and slick with sap. Though the pillar still connects to the wheel, the tree has adapted to feed its roots by draining raw essence. Giving the tree enough essence to sustain itself would be an end to the parasitic connection. Feed the tree enough soul essence to heal itself. You reach out and touch the surface of the Adra, wiping away a line of sap. The ambient soul essence responds at once, bubbling up to the surface and feeding the roots of the tree in response to your will. The mad awareness underneath the poisoned bark awakens to interference and calls out with a sound that no ear should perceive. Your focus breaks and you hear the heavy footfalls of an approaching form.
Oh, think I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
It's the rotted lady, who is very dangerous.
What for, Cap? Captain?
Well, let's just loot this. Perhaps.
Done and done.
Let's just leave. If it sucks, hit the bricks. And we did. I don't think we're ready yet. Let's deal with some tigers instead. Not bad. Stay back, Vela. Oh yes, that's right. Slam. Get a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Please try and paralyze. Paralyze, mobilize. Do you think that worked? Take a look at the weapon. 2 of 30. We can do it! Yay! Yay! Let's do it. Alright, every time he's got enough for it, we'll do it. In the meantime, let's swap Slam with a massive arquebus made of wood.
Absolutely.
Bang. 33 damage. Not terrible. Not terrible at all.
You need some.
Takeru, could you regenerate? Whoop.
I'll teach you a lesson.
A little bit more. A little bit. Okay. Currently doesn't have it on it. Percent chance to hit. Immunity, dexterity afflictions. Well, that's not going to work. Let's go on this. 96% chance to resist.
That looks like it hurt.
Paralyzed.
Isn't doing the job.
Maybe it's 96% chance to work, not resist. I wish you're there.
Show 'em how it's done.
Oh, slam! He crits for 40 damage while it's paralyzed. Very good indeed.
Right here. Sure.
Love it. Okay, well, we'll be doing that a lot then, shall we? Acceptable pistol, the golden inner ring. This piece connects to a larger mechanism. Well, well, well. What a surprise. We need to do something with it. Excellent.
Let's take a look.
Let's get more sneaky. Continue to wiggle and writhe our way around. What do we learn when we touch this soul? This lingering soul drifts in a lazy, hypnotic fashion. It does not seem to know or care that its life has been extinguished. Read the soul. That golden wheel weighed as much as Aethys' thumb, but you weren't leaving without a souvenir. Something to put a smile on Director Castor's face. Then your boots crunched a soft femur in half, and you remembered, wasn't this island supposed to be abandoned? Maybe you didn't beat the Huano expedition getting here. Suddenly the gold felt like dead weight. You rolled it into a cave for safekeeping. You didn't make it 10 paces toward the beach before something big, all crooked limbs and fetid breath, plucked you off your feet. When she squeezed you like a dish rag over a patch of thirsty vines, you bled out so fast you forgot to scream. Let go of the memory. Fuck. That's rough. Frog. Oh, what's this? There's another tree. Can we get up there? Yeah. Aldrews.
We're not alone.
I know. The pig was walking over to us. It was like, hey, what's going on? No. This tree drips of thick, viscous sap that gives off a cloying stench. You see the limbs of dead kith nestled among the bark, drained of their substance down to the bone. Why are these people not close enough? You come to desecrate our garden? Be gone! The voice seems to originate at once from your head and surrounding jungle. It departs with a rustle. Leave. We're not done yet. We don't need... Okay, get closer. Oh, turn around. Okay, we're not in combat yet. Touch the thing.
Real challenge.
We're all close enough. Here we go. Have a druid whisper to the tree. Convince it to give up the corruption in its heart. Now he's close enough. We see it. Takeru leans in closer, whispering to the tree and caressing the bark with care. The surrounding vines shudder and pulse in response. Stepping back, Takeru passes you an affirming nod. The thorny vines retreat into the earth. Yeah, we've done that. What are you that trespass on our home? You will leave at once or face the consequences. The unwelcome presence in your mind pulls away with a rustling of leaves.
I can't see you, you sneaky bastard.
Boop. Hey there.
My skin burns. The rot is withering off. A new life springs from beneath.
The Delmgan rubs her arms, regarding you with an uncertain look.
Mother, I must tell Mother. It may not be too late to heal the grove.
What happened in this place?
This was a grove, home to temples and fruitful trees. Once.
She glances around the swamp, sighing.
Then ruin came to the islands. It started in distant Ukaizo, spreading fire and ash with such force that my sisters doubted that any sprout would remain. Mother acted in terrible haste. She bade us twist ourselves, hardening our hearts against those who sought shelter, who we thought enemies of nature. We have been this way for too long. Far too long.
She looks away in shame and hurt. You spoke of Ukaizo. Do you know where it is?
The golden disc in the center of the ruin. Have you not seen it already?
She glances off toward the jungle.
The ancient ones used it in times of crisis to orient their path home. It may give you the bearing you seek.
Knowing where the ancient city of Ukaizo would make us the best explorers in this area since Ukaizo was founded. Tragedy happened there, and it's been bad that we haven't been able to go back. It's seemingly a side quest. Spoilers, it's not. Is your mother the one shouting in my thoughts?
Does she whisper to you as well? Then she must hate and fear you in equal measure.
Delincan looks you up and down, nodding to herself.
You bring change, outsider, fair or foul. This is the one thing she cannot tolerate.
How did she become this way?
Our mother, the rotted one. She blighted herself to fight against the cataclysm that rent the Deadfire. Those of us who sprouted from her seed, who shared her soil, followed soon after.
But this is now water.
Cataclysm? Madam, that would have been thousands of years ago.
I didn't refill the wine glass nearly to the top with more wine without you noticing. I'm highly tempted and might, but we'll see.
Perhaps we see time differently? I know the cycles of growth and decay, the passage of seasons. As long as it continues apace, there is no difference.
I think you'll feel better soon. Farewell.
I'll see to it that my pets trouble you no more.
She swivels her head to regard the wilderness around her. Vines go limp and you hear the sound of animals scurrying away.
I sense that more of us have been healed, awakened from our tormented slumber. Good. We can help you in the struggle to come.
Sure can. Now we can loot underneath the tree. Ring of minor deflection? God, you shouldn't have. Thank you. The inscription reads, "A harvest of Quiki blooms without toil. The fruit of the dead sustain the living." Well, maybe there's another tree in this direction before we go look at this one. And we've got the golden disc. We haven't been to the center of the ruin. Maybe putting that back might help as well. Orphaned cat? Not for long. Little Babs. Little Babs. He's gonna make it all on his own. Little Babs. Bonus deflection against enemy weapon attacks, but like a dexterity bonus is not bad to have on a pet. Little Babsa. Yep, get close. Touch the tree, baby. We're all close enough. The bark of this tree is scratched and bruised, having consistency similar to diseased flesh. Its roots bulge with seeping pustules. Our garden will heal over any wounds you inflict, outsider. We've endured the long, festering winter. We can outlast you. A feeling of age and deep sorrow permeates the voice in your head and flutters back to the jungle before you can learn anything else about it. Give up the corruption. Do it. You know what? Crawling sensation in the back of your head. We see you in there, Watcher! Urgent, hateful whisperings echo in your head. Healed.
No. I was strong. I was so very hungry, but pleased. Yes.
Little kebab? I could go for a little kebab. Sounds good. Delimgan glares at you.
Mother will destroy you, outsider. There is a seed of pain inside all living things, and she will make it sprout in you.
count on it.
I'm sorry, your sisters really loved the fact that you're free now.
If you think you are helping us, I beg you to reconsider. The day we twisted our roots was the day we learned to defend ourselves.
I take it this island has fallen on hard times.
We have known hard times ever since the island-hopping Kith invited the ire of the gods.
She grits her teeth with the sound of dry wood.
Mother twisted us, instructed us to harden ourselves against intruders. Over time, the Grove learned to defend itself from the likes of you.
Your mother sounds none too accommodating if her voice in my head is any indication.
She will tear you into pieces and pull me back into her communion when she is done.
The Delmgen narrows her eyes.
I can't decide if I hate or relish the prospect.
How did you become this way?
Mother called on us to knot our hearts, to grow strong, and fight those who so callously rent apart the dead fire. The others hesitated, but I followed her with a daughter's joy and devotion.
Clearly. An expedition came through here looking for evidence of a Kaiser?
We drank their fetid water. I let it spill onto the roots of my tree, and felt their life feed the island.
She sighs, her shoulder drooping.
That isn't what you wanted to hear, and I delight in the telling of it.
Please use this Delmgan as inspiration for Dark Druids, who are fucking hardcore, absolutely great. Love them as antagonists and other NPCs. I'm sensing that I should leave. Farewell.
Mother will know what you've done. My pets and I will leave you to her.
She aims a hard, authoritative glare to the surrounding jungle, which goes quiet around you both.
You've touched one of our trees before, I see. My sisters will no doubt be more grateful than I. Heal us and we'll consider your cause.
She exhales sharply and focuses elsewhere. Well, I mean, I did. You were the last one. Oh, there's a rotted lady again.
This calls for a subtle touch.
Just open this lockbox and take the wooden spider figurine, apparently. It's probably just regular loot rather than something useful. Steal this, whatever this is. Stop moving camera.
Watch and learn.
Tree hello. Oh, right with amulet. Oh, lovely. Negative again. Bonus against decay attacks. Maybe it could be useful pretty fucking soon. Very soon. Very soon. Very shortly. Oh my god. But we'll see. Frog. The inscription reads, though we leap between isles, home is beloved of Kaiser. Let's put a little disc back and see what happens, huh? What if we sneaky our way into
Nowhere
here?
in the Isles have I seen such craftsmanship.
Touch the soil. The soul flits about in a hasty panic burst. Its ease is closer to you with anticipation. Read the soul. They laughed at your hours studying the runic script of the ancient Huana, but here you are, poring over golden inscriptions while they scratch their heads. You promised yourself a good boast on the journey back to Nekadaka. No one believes the Huana could have forged a device like the Golden Wheel, but you stay silent on the matter. The Anguithans built more for function than beauty, and this is art. Rotating the control disc and pressing panels that you're so engrossed that you mistakenly entered the wrong combination. A slit opened in the disc, discharging a gas that brought you to your knees, coughing loud enough to summon a creature whose shape you could barely perceive through a haze of pain. Boasting would have to wait. Let go of the memory. This massive golden disc is covered in intricate engravings and inscriptions. You are able to pick out symbols representing plants, wildlife, and boats, but there's no discernible order or meaning to their configuration. Well, let's study it and look for a pattern. You can vaguely see how the different points of the engraving seem to match up, forming a coherent shape in spite of being situated on opposing sides of the carving. The depression in the ring resembles a control panel, which could be used to manipulate the moving parts of the disc, though it is missing something. Read the main inscription. To all wayward kin, far from family shores, let this chart point the way home, that your tribe may welcome you open-armed. Engravings remember what the dead forgot. Take comfort in this sanctuary, read its teachings, and let knowledge guide the hand that turns the wheels. The circular depression stands out from the rest of the disc. The stone ring in your possession looks as if it could fit, but not without the other missing part. Well, let's attempt to decipher the disc with a golden wheel we possess. You hold the inner ring up to the control panel, but it does not align with any symbol in a way that makes sense. An outer ring that connects the axis to the greater disc is needed as well. We know that the golden ring was picked up and put in a cave, and another one was put up inside the boughs of a tree. I think we've got to go beat up the rotted lady.
You return.
Try not to cause any trouble. I was just seeing if we talk to them again, do they have any additional dialogue? It looks like no. I'm going to try and do something very silly. Also notice
At your service.
Takehu is
Naturally.
immune to the water, like, slowing
sense a
effect.
predator
Because
in
of
the
course he
water.
is. That's very funny to me. What are we doing? We're going to try and stealth up and loot. Just see what'll happen. Like, we got dialogue with a rotted lady already, but what if we just, you know, chill? Just see if we can do something kind of sneaky, kind of devious, kind of thievery, kind of piratey, hey? One swallowing, one rotted lady, potentially with some extra Delum gun help. I mean, we can give it a go. Maybe we'll be okay.
Out my wheelhouse, friend.
Tree hollow. Nereid's wood, cool shield, but what's this, a golden outer ring? Why, I think that's hilarious.
Leave it to me.
Lol. If only because I want to see what happens if she's like, hey, get back here. Lol. A golden disc faces the sky, motionless and silent. You notice the vacant depression in the control panel matches the engraved rings you found in the ruins. Slide the golden wheels into the control panel. The rings settle into place, fitting neatly around their central axis. The outer ring is inscribed into the passages in Huana runic language. 4 symbols decorate the inner wheel. They show the pillars of luminous Adra, the native Kuiki fruit, a depiction of the Huana water-shaping art, and a lovingly engraved island. The way the inscriptions align suggests a relationship between the two. Something about the island catches your attention. The runes surrounding it are particularly elaborate, and every measurement uses it as a point of origin. It's a Kaizo. Akara, are we both seeing this? Takehu brings a shaking hand up to wipe his mouth. A set of dots in the inscribed panel of the outer ring suggests it should be rotated in a sequence, starting from 1 and ending in 4. Rotate the wheel into the first configuration. The first inscription reads, though their roots grow from Rikuhu's lightless boughs, they yield as a welcome reprieve. The inner ring can be turned to match a symbol in the inscription. They yield as a welcome reprieve. Their roots? Rikuhu? The twin eel? The overworld and underworld? Okay. Well, if it's going to be spirit, I actually think it's Luminous Adra. You know? Spin the wheels until the inscription aligns with the symbol of Luminous Adra. The way the control panel sits atop the disc suggests you could push this configuration down. Press down on the metalwork. You press your weight on the panel. Deep inside the disc, you hear the rotation of heavy parts. The gold ring springs back up, ready to be spun again. The next inscription reads, Our covenant to safeguard. These petrified limbs are the health and safety of the dead fire. Petrified limbs. I'm going back. Luxie, I actually think you're right. Go back. Start from the beginning. Rotate the wheel first. Kuiki fruit. Press. This will be Luminous Adra. Press down. The wheels settle into place with some resistance, likely owing to age and neglect. Beneath the disc, the groaning of gears sounds once more. Ngati gifted her chosen people with dominion over her dark and turbulent kingdom. Well, that's got to be water shaping. Turn the wheel, lighting up the symbol of water shaping with the inscription. Press down. A cacophonous grinding sound builds from somewhere deep within the disc. Whether this indicates a favourable outcome or not remains to be seen. The final inscription reads, Our origin, our destination, our home. Wherever we go, she is the horizon. Turn the wheel to match the symbol of your Kaizo and press the pedal. Takes an extra hard push, but the rings settle into place. A long silence follows, in which you are forced to wonder whether or not you input the correct combination, and what consequences might follow either way. Manipulating the control disc has rotated the rings of the massive inner disc into a new configuration, one that lines up with neat precision. Engravings intersect in a manner that forms the shape of the Deadfire. The emerging image is not exactly a map, but an index of islands of coordinates organized in relation to each other. You recognize several decided locations as containing nothing but open water. Charting a path by this obsolete system would now be impossible. The word of Kaiser stands out from the other named islands. Take a rubbing of the disk in its completed form. Judging by your surroundings, this coordinate system has gone untouched for millennia. Your findings may be of interest to someone. Juana chart. Whether or not this treasure should be available just to anyone who happens by is another matter. The gold rings are resolutely locked in place. 1. Destroy the disc, or 2. Leave the disc intact and step away. Now chat, you're facing another decision here. This information is highly useful, highly useful to essentially every faction. Would like to know where the ancient homeland of Juana is in the Deadfire, the lost homeland. Keep information to ourselves or make it available to more people? It's a big question. It's more valuable if we wish to sell it or trade it or hide the way we're getting somewhere. If we're the only people who know. I just hope you can tell Juana first, but leave it for all. Well, that's a vote for 2, essentially, Larksy. Maybe we need to return to Nekataka and tell Juana about it. But also, we might not want to tell the Juana specifically. Maybe we want to tell a different faction. So we may need to do some side quests for the different factions in the Deadfire. And we can do some cool stuff there. Unless anyone speaks up, I'm going to take Larksy's vote for 2 as our method forward, because do vote 1, destroy the disc, or 2, leave the disc intact. Yeah, it's a fucking massive cultural significant artifact as well. One of the spirits was like, well, the souls was like, yeah, Engwith didn't make artwork like this. This is both art and technologically advanced. Kelly, the others will misuse this information. See, that's a good point. They totally will. They'll go there and they'll colonize it. Remember, the Juana are kind of missing this information. So if the Deadfire Trading Company turn up, they can say, well, we own your homeland, honestly. If you want to get in, pay us money. Pay us money. Or sign over a contract that says that you're only renting it from us and we'll let you turn up, okay? And they already know this island existed. They've sent multiple people here to investigate already. We know because we found their corpses, but we're handily dealing with that problem while we're here. Thanks for the follow, Nathan. Or Ethan. Whoever you are. Welcome aboard to this sailing adventure. So, we're going to tie break, honestly, because we've got 1 vote for each, and I'm going to choose option 1. Slam Shadows is going to destroy the disc, or at least see what our companions say when we try. You find a heavy rock and hoist it above the disc. Smashing the rotational mechanism would guarantee that navigational secret remains yours alone. No! Takeru cries out and places his body between you and the disc. After all that artifact has endured, do not let our coming be its death sentence. This knowledge is dangerous in the wrong hands. And the right hands are the ones bent on destroying art, Takeru? Takeru gives you a look of utter bewilderment. You know my heart on this matter, Captain. Takeru turns away and covers his mouth, unable or unwilling to watch. Okay, well, Now I can't. I'm changing my vote. I don't know. I can't make him sad. I like him. Let's leave. Or we'll come back later and break it. Anyway.
Hey there, I got this.
Tense. Oh boy. I don't like making Takeru sad. He's my boy. Oh, that's why he didn't come over. He's all the way over there.
Yes, Captain.
Aloth, please get back, you fool.
Trespasser, vile defiler.
The stench of rot hovers over the main Pegua. She points a crooked wand-like finger at you and advances.
Madam, this is a swamp at best. What could we be trespassing on?
She hisses at Takeru.
Mother, listen to this one. He healed me. My tree.
Delagan holds out her arms to the main Pegua.
This one can aid us, Mother. Sorrow and corruption stole away our senses, and we must learn to live anew.
My tree is scoured clean. Your roots are still tangled. There is power in him.
She nods to you grudgingly.
No! He has twisted you against us. After we have drained his water, we will show you how to mother this island properly.
It does kind of sound like the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons. You're totally right. That's a pretty good comparison, I say. Oh, crazy tree lady. Are you responsible for this blight?
We do not speak to the fertilizer.
She holds a step to regard you with an affronted snarl.
You are nothing but water to feed our young.
Aloth,
Soil
counter
to
tentacles,
birth our
please.
seed.
She extends both her arms and shrieks a high-pitched call. Vines uncoil from the ground beneath your feet, intense with hungry anticipation. I didn't come here looking for a fight.
He speaks true, Mother.
I do not doubt him, Mother.
He didn't kill me, and that's saying something.
The Delimgan crosses her arms and nods.
You are too trusting, child.
She narrows her eyes on the Delimgan. Which one? Before gesturing for you to speak with an open claw. Your lands are blighted, and your mind as well. Is it possible to heal you?
Ah, you are blind to the harmony of our grove, Outlander.
Yeah, it looks great. We do not speak to the fertilizer is a fucking brutal line. Absolutely awesome. Again, take note for your dark druids. Mwah.
We are perfection. You are the only infestation here.
A black beetle crawls from her leering jaws and into the tangled mass of her hair. You forget yourself. There's a wrongness on this island, and it deserves to be set right. She bares her teeth and takes a combative step closer. Her foot sinks into the mud and she pries it up with a wet sucking sound. She blinks down at the rotted earth.
We look out on our garden and see green, bounty, life. The oldest cycle made healthy after the blight of Ukaizo's fall. Is this not so?
She squints, taking in her surroundings without knowing where to settle her gaze. No, this place is a mess.
Lies.
She peels back her lips to expose a mouth full of misshapen teeth. The main Pegua screeches and the very jungle responds to her call.
Gods help me. She has lived long enough.
Mother, no! Do not fight back!
Mother, please! We can be strong again!
She just wants to fight, man. I don't know what to say. Well, we won't get two of them. Actually, we will if we do that. Paralyzed. Excellent. Welcome back, comrade. Killed the Frost Maiden, died and rose as new Frost King. Neat. Was that you died and rose again, or the Frost Maiden died and rose again? Boiling spray.
Wood and rock.
Sandblight, just on our side. Oof, oof, ow, owie. AoE heal, please. No penetration on that. But hey, I just wanted to work.
Hey, makes no difference.
You can take us out. Aloth, stop it. You're fighting a single person. Robust inspiration and some healing.
This is futile.
Desperately need.
No rush. But if you have any antidotes handy,
There we go. Oh, look, I'm sorry you had to kill your mum, but she kind of freaked out.
Yeah, be right there.
All right.
After so much hurt, Mother is dead.
Yeah.
Please, leave me to mourn.
You killed her! Unrepentant monster!
Mother, how I will miss her.
I mean, feels kind of anticlimactic, doesn't it? We can't talk to them anymore?
You killed her!
I guess not.
Unrepentant monster!
Oh well. Time to get out of here. We're heroes, baby. We are a bit repentant, that's for sure. Many of us feel bad about this. Like, maybe I shouldn't have said this place is a mess, but it's Slam Shadows in a nutshell, is it not? You made a slight comment. It didn't turn out well. We feel a little bad about it. Well, at least I got a new crew member out of it. So what are you good at? You're a seasoned cannoneer, 2 stars? Not nearly as good as our others, so I guess we need a bigger ship to have more crew on it, right? I keep coming back to that. Need a bigger ship. Want to get a bigger ship. Royal Deadfire Company colors. Lovely. Rice, ammo, tar loaf. Boy, let's get out of here. Cookspur Captain. Slavers, huh? Beardell still injured. Alright, well. Don't have a better person to be our navigator right now. I guess we just go fight these slavers. Like, hilariously, it wasn't perhaps not the best option, but like, again, very funny. 10th level rogue. This is going to be pretty hard, actually. Yeah, we'll combat. Why? Go forward, it's turning. We turn to port. Since it's huge, it needs to keep doing it. Fire the starboard cannons. Not a massive chance to hit, but we're within the ideal range for both guns. 8-turn reload. Anyway, hull, low chance of dealing sail below deck. I actually want above deck crew damage, grape shot. Targets above deck crew. The fights where we fight a lot of them are the most dangerous. All I'm trying to do is knock down some enemy people before we charge them. Now it fires. 1 damage to crew. Hilarious! Jibe! And fire the port cannons. Low chance of hitting. Why is that? 200 to 500? They're in perfect range. You guys are bad at cannons. Grape shot! Excellent! Love that. It's actually really good. We'll turn to port. Let's do one more, huh? Fire at us. Take quite a bit of hull damage, not too much. Hold position for a little bit. Reload, fire the starboard cannons. This one's still reloading, but 72% chance for the grape shot again. Good job, Chip Attack. Hold position again. Firing at us. We take quite a bit of hull damage again, but let's just do one more. 95% chance to hit. Come on, let's hit some of their crew. Let's go. Grape shot. 1 damage. Fair enough. Jibe. Moved. Yeah, spend a crew moving people so that they can actually do stuff. Fire the port cannons. Oh, 2 misses. Alright. 2 misses. That's not so bad. I think we're done with this. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Ramming speed. Random for hull damage. That's good. We take some hull damage too, but you know, it's fine. Alright. We've done every fight like that so far. I don't know if I've actually successfully blown up a ship without closing to the lake. See? See how useful that was? We took down some of their crew beforehand. I stand pretty justified in that action. It was very good. Like, I'd love to steal their ship. That was just such a big part of... Actually, we can grind our... Paralyzed, immobilized. Lovely.
I got this.
Move a little closer for me. Do it again. It's fine. We're just kind of grinding our gun by repeatedly paralyzing and immobilizing people. Oh, slavers, does it suck to be held against your will? Oh man, if only you could have been told beforehand not to treat people like things. God, sucks to be you, huh? Also, hilariously, you charged at us. You come at Slam Shadows, you better not miss. Look at all that people gaining levels. Hey, I suffered a puncture wound. Oh, sorry. Ooh, lovely. A lot of water. Yeah, we couldn't take any of the other things. Like, I wish we could just take the ship. There was such a big thing of Black Flag, the Assassin's Creed game, where they really started moving away from being an assassin. And it never returned, but still. Hey, our cook got a puncture wound. Alright, well, Mother Shoprock, you can be the cook for a bit. Ramdam Regere is now a master deckhand, which means, I don't know, we move even faster, which is pretty good. Lots of triumphs. Excellent. But no, you just loot and then you leave. And that's not terrible. It's just, at times you do think, it would be much easier if we didn't have to spend so much money buying a new ship. You didn't earn that much coin from that encounter. You get more by selling stuff, but still. Badunga, I don't think you. See, with the Master Deckhand, we're moving much faster. Oh, what's this? Oh, jeez, it's 9:30. Alright, well maybe let's... Ship crests the highway before plunging into the next trough, shuddering down its length. Clinging to the rail, Beardil shouts orders from the aft castle as water rushes across the deck. Irina points into the rough sea. Something ahead in the water! A massive pale grey form appears briefly in the water ahead of you, disappearing with a flash of flat-finned tail. What in Andra's name was that? Beardil shouts. Identify it. I don't know. Yeah. Survival. Fuck, that was close. Takeo who swears. Kiluk Talak. See the horns? You've heard of such beasts. Large carnivorous whales known to punch holes through the sides of ships. Grab your spears and prepare for a hunt. Actually, that's a really good point. Larksy and everyone in chat, let's vote on it, right? 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1. Ready cannons to fire. All hands to battle stations. Or 2. Grab your spears and prepare for a hunt. Or 3. We'll let the creature pass in peace. Or 4. Turn us away and get out of here. Large carnivorous whales. Gotta get some supplies. Sorry, Luxie. The bloodthirsty boys are in chat and we want to get ourselves a whale hunt. We got a couple of votes for 2. That's 2 votes for 3 as well. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Good job, Kelly. Evening us out a little bit, but we do have currently, as far as I can see, 8 people watching. So if someone else wants to do a first time chat, maybe, or throw your hat into the ring, what are we doing? Oh, now it is very Deadman to vote for leave. Luxie, very clever. Oh, okay. Cousin Comrade, 2. Should make you create another Twitch account and then say so, Cousin Comrade. That would be good. Especially if he subs. I should say like 2 votes for subscribe. No, awful. And you can also buy an indulgence from me in this cult. Doesn't have his phone with him. Ah, that's fair. I mean, Luxie and Emma do that occasionally. Not that we have votes in Final Fantasy. I'm excited for Wednesday night. We're going to finish Final Fantasy V. Okay, well, we've got 2 for 3 and 2 for 2, so I'm going to tiebreak and I'm going to kill this evil whale. So I'm going to tiebreak for 2. Let's go. Grab your spears and prepare for a hunt. Badal gapes. God's Captain, do you jest? Ik, though, grabs a harpoon. I'm claiming one of those tusks for sure. The skiff hits the water and the crew bounce about, tossed by the water. The crew's oars churn the seas. They close on the Quilitalik. Harpoon in hand, Ikiuk leaps from the skiff. The beast twists, jaws snapping. Only the top half of Ikiuk's body hits the water. Sweet Ondra, Beadil mutters as the beast rips the skiff apart. Well, let's get out of here. Beadil box. No one seasoned at the helm? Magrin's flame. The mate begins shouting orders and the crew scurries across the deck. The ship begins to come about, but with nothing like enough speed, and the compensation shudders as the beast strikes it from below. Somewhere below, planks splinter, and hands rush towards the hatches, grabbing tools as they go. 10 damage. Ready cannons to fire, all hands to battle stations. Beadil nods and begins shouting orders. Hands scurry across the deck, disappearing to the hold. The sounds of metal against metal rise from below. Irina's eyes meet yours. I'm not sure that's an option, Captain. As if on cue, the beast explodes from among the waves, its 3 massive tusks stabbing forward as it slams into the side of the ship. The higher tusk tears into the rigging and mainsail, while the thicker lower tusk rips through the side of the ship and juts from the deck. 15 points of damage. Aloth only barely manages to avoid being impaled by one of the protruding tusks. Fires the cannons! The ship rocks as the cannons erupt below, blowing holes through the beast and sending up plumes of red mist. The whale's tusks remain lodged in the ship, and its blood slickens the deck, but calm again falls over the compensation. The crew gather, quietly clapping one another on the back before they begin harvesting the beast. Morale gained. More horror meat. Horn. Berta and Mother Sharprock gained a rank. Okay. Ikiuk is still alive. If Ikiuk died, I was going to load. Maybe we shouldn't have Moby Dicked it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. We won. We won. Like, he isn't even injured. Haima is. And so is Beadil, but that's not from that adventure. We're totally fine. I don't know what you're talking about. Takeru has been fun. I'd like... Shirty back just for a little bit. This looks like a good party. I think we're loving this, and we rotate out Seraphit a little bit. But we may have found one of our favorites. I only need your top half. Yeah, that's fair. The compensation is cursed. Someone touched by Berith. The black power of death sails win the compensation. Umaru the Pretender, a lion companion, an elder panther. Like, sure, this is going to be dangerous, but you know what else is going to be really funny?
Right here.
Hey, Slam, how's that quest going with your gun? 16 of 30? Not bad. Pretty good, I'd say.
I see a soul.
Can you open by paralyzing this kitty?
In the darkness, one ready for reaping.
Kitty paralyzed. Go! Slam, in just a minute you're going to be able to do it again. Yep. Could you do it again? Oh, man. I wanted to get all of them. Oh, well. Try the lion companion. Oh, you're paralyzed too! Jeez, that's a shame, isn't it? Make him sweepy.
Nuh-uh, didn't work. You're just punning? You're just having a good time, chat. You're having a good time, making lots of puns. A man has died. How dare you?
I'll teach you a lesson. Lava beyond
Oh no, he's not dead. He got better. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. Like, this happens to the best of us. Sometimes you die, you get a little better. I gotta say, honestly, the Reaper of Gorn should be much more annoyed that a member of her ship just straight up died, but refused to stay dead. That was supposed to be their thing, isn't it? Go out and say, hey, stop that, stop that. You get back down there.
And that's how it's done.
Boy.
What weapons are you using? This, you are using one? But like, I want you to slash and
That dog won't hunt.
axe. Can you use your blunderbuss in short range? Will you do it? It's one or the other? Well, we need to change up what you're wielding. Damn it.
You're right there.
Alos, what's it with you and fireballs? Great saving on boots.
Right here.
This is very funny, all of you. I gotta say, very good indeed. Alright, thanks. Yeah, Umaru's head. Lovely. Bye.
Hey there.
How's it going, man? 21 of 30. Excellent. You can apply it to already paralyzed people over and over. God, we should just turn off AI and paralyze someone and paralyze someone and paralyze someone. Next slavers we find, we're gonna torment those fuckers. Better than the lion, that's for sure. Wodika's strangling grasp. Oh, it's just a cool thing to pick up? Jesus. Punish Oathbreakers. Oh yeah, I've heard some news about Avowed, so if you like this setting, not even as much as I do, but if you like it at all, Avowed is almost rumored, but like rumors say confirmed to be at the Xbox Showcase is happening soon. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's supposed to be on PC, so like, thanks Microsoft for buying out Obsidian. Something's not quite right. You can't place why. And you realize then, silence. The wind does not whisper across your skin or stir the tops of trees. Birds do not whistle and shriek. The chirp of insects is gone. Rounding a corner, the sounds of distant chanting find you. You can't make out the words, only the low drone of many voices raised in unison. Search for the source of the voices. You come upon a rocky switchback path leading up the steep side of the mountain. The chanting voices are louder here, but you still can't make out sense of the words. Sneak! Aloth failed. As you creep up the path, Aloth's boots crunch on the stones. A second misplaced step sends a stone bouncing loudly down the hill. The spirits surround a central figure, and then they all turn their ghostly eyes on you. What's Avowed, precious? It is a Skyrim-esque first and third, but primarily first-person, open-world, adventure-y, explory game set on Aora. Guesses, because very little actual information is available, state that it is probably going to be occurring before Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2. Before 1, so obviously before 2. We're not going near that essence battery, that's just a bad idea. Vela, no! Oh my god. But I think it's going to relate a lot to Wartica. Again, not just because she makes a fantastic villain, see Pillars of Eternity 1, but if she is a punisher of Oathbreakers and is a goddess of oaths, it stands to reason that she will be involved in a game called A Vow. Like, because it's all about vows. Right? And I think it's going to be exciting. I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Outrageous, energized, like, they're getting a lot of buffs and I'm not super sure why.
I'll land the next one.
Pull out a heal, drop a heal at the ground because you're in a very dangerous area. They are not immune to dexterity afflictions. So we're just going to keep doing this until...
That must have hurt.
What are you doing up there, Slam? How did that happen? Okay, weird. Shody's on very low health. An enemy is bloodied and near death. He's full, but it's not going to keep her alive. Yeah, pull out your heal. I think that's the most important thing to do right now. Aloth, could you do some sort of cool magic? Yeah, like damage roll them. That's cool magic.
Can do. That's how it's gonna be. So that's how it's gonna go.
Good job, Slam. Run in and like immobilize and paralyze some of them. Do it again. They can't hurt us when that's happening. Shoti doesn't live long enough. Damn it. It seemed like a good strategy to me. Run closer. Use the invocation that blows up a corpse. We don't have a corpse because they're ghosts, Jimbles. Probably can't charm them as well because they're immune to mental afflictions, so let's just do a bit of lightning.
What for, Cap?
Vale is on very low health. There's literally nothing I can do about that. Vela died. Open world. Yeah, I mean, like, I didn't like Skyrim. Even though I kept playing it over and over for a long time. Come, sisters, we shall call down the power. We didn't get this earlier. I spent ages playing it. I'm like, oh, this is good? Question mark? I'm not sure if it is. Damn it, Aloth.
Sorry, Fred.
Get out of the way. But now you've actually successfully placed yourself in a very good position. Quick, Slam! Paralyze everyone. Literally keep doing this. Good heal.
That order's too tall.
You've got jump. Could you just leap in? Look at that, they're all stacking now too. Shouldn't treat every fighter as an opportunity to grind the weapon, but like... It's so effective. Oh, cool, it's done. Alright, awesome. Now we're just gonna try and kill them, okay?
Show them how it's done.
The phrases come. Mind blades. Putting them into a kill boss like this is very effective. Alright, cool. That's good.
What for, Cap?
Like every time you play Fallout 4. Yeah, every time I try to play anything other than Fallout 1 and 2, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep playing, I'm gonna give this a go, give this a go, give this a go. I don't like this. New Vegas was the closest, but it was the engine it was built on, just occasionally made me go, I'm bored with this.
What can I do you for?
And that's primarily why I feel like I might have a better chance at enjoying something made by Obsidian. Especially if it's in a setting of I'm already invested in. Which is funny, because I did spend a long time playing it, so getting really into the lore and backstory and what's going on in the world and that sort of thing. Was because I was smitten with someone I was playing the game with for a long time. Just like Bethesda does with the games. Yeah. You play it and you realize you're bored and you're like, oh shit, how long have I been bored for? Fuck, that's crazy. And then eventually...
That would be a no.
They're all on so low health, you can do this. Even without killing Aloth. Oh, Velo, you stand back and we'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Blightheart. Now, chance to do Heartbeat deals 20% of damage done by the weapon per 3 seconds for a short duration. That's just good, but that's by the weapon. I mean, Slam does shoot a lot. Anyway, kill 20 enemies. Alright, cool. That's gonna be easy. New words appear at the bottom of the letter. The gun was a fine one, as you can surely attest. Shot true and served me well. But it weren't me it served, do you ken? Took me a while to notice it. The change? My fingernails went black, teeth yellowed. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. Still I hunted. I had to hunt, you see. Every beast I slew fed the heart. She was in there, I reckon. The me and Pigra, using me and stay of her own body to collect souls and spread her rot. Insatiable she is. 20 enemies. Do you think these count as enemies?
Yeah.
I think they count as barrels.
There's something you don't see every day.
They count as enemies!
Right there.
Seraphim, why? Okay. Is there an evil wraith up here? Or? Lovely sound of storm there. Okay. Cool. Open world games are very good at preying that ADHD trait. Yeah, okay, that's true. I do occasionally think, how much of this do I share with Emma? It's also just, I look at a lot of ADHD memes so I can send it to her. Well, that's going to kill us. Let's not go to that flooded cave yet. It's a hard enough fight earlier. Since we're getting kind of close to the end of stream, I'd like to see if we can make it back to Nekataka. And if we can, Mahora meat. Did it put the Mahora meat at the front? It did. That's +3 might. Too good for children. Yeah, it's a tough. You're fine. You're fine. Not to be mean, but you should be happy that I'm not, like, just feeding you nothing. There you go. Have some ale as well. Let's just not lose our morale. Since we lost so much when we were fighting that giant whale. To Nekataka! Why? Like, lay it for repairs, yes. Also, maybe we can buy a new ship. Maybe I can sell enough random junk that we picked up and buy a new ship. And I'd like to, damn it. And if we can't, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn in a bunch of quests. None of our crew are injured again, which is good. Surgeon, Cannoneer. Well, Eld Ingram, you're not actually good at anything. You're drunkard and you're religious. How about you just stay there? Expert Surgeon. Good Cook. Master Navigator. Fantastic. Helmsman. You're slightly better. You can just chill, Berta. You can keep learning. Master Cook. Wow, alright. Mother Sharprock, you also just get to chill for a bit, okay? Cannoneer. Okay, cool. Good. Having better cooks mean you use less food when you're... Ship should be fully repaired now. Yep, good. Compensation is a good ship. You can also change what ships you have. Supply. What, you mean buy a new ship only for that much? Minimum crew 5. Well, what about that one? A Dow is a larger ship. I think we could buy a new ship, don't you think? Maybe? Buy ourselves a new ship, maybe? Can't afford a galleon yet. Can't wait to sail my junk right into enemies. Be hilarious. Oh, you're a slave, are you? Well, taste my junk. Bam. Bad joke, but still. They don't deserve it. You need to be nicer to get my junk. It is a treat. You can have little a junk as a treat. Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. Well, we don't need 6. Just save 2. You know, if Slime wants to pick up using two pistols again instead of his cool rifle, which has been so much fun. Honestly, the exceptional isn't as great as these special ones that can be upgraded. Fire Naga sword. Well, that's good. Exceptional damage, accuracy, penetration. That's good, but none of us use great swords. Superb. We're going to sell that for a lot of money. Doing ship things. We are doing ship things. My favorite. We're shipping. Lovely. Fine. Seraphim's Pattern Mail. I like to keep people's special stuff, you know. Because, I don't know, it's theirs. You can't just toss away things. How would you feel if your captain's like, we're going to sell your leather armor that you've worn for years because I gave you a slightly better one. That means I own your previous one. Also, with all the things we're trading to them, we're earning money even though we're buying a ship. That's very silly. We turn in some quests. And we may be able to upgrade directly to a galleon. Hull health of 120. That's crazy. That's crazy good. Potion of major healing. That's amazing. I never use these. I know they're cool. I just don't. I'm bad at remembering. Same with potions. You know? I feel like I should just never do. Seafoods do. That's worth the most. Oh, we need all that food. Well, I could sell all the pups. All the puppers and kitters. I mean, you would kill me. Every one of you would straight up kill me if I tried. So maybe I shouldn't, huh? And the thing is, I can't sell these because we may need them very soon. For our galleon. Okay. We'll need that no matter what. Do you think they're 20,000? Maybe a little bit more. Where did it go? It moved to the bottom. Did it? Did I accidentally buy a ship even though I was still considering not buying a ship? No, there it is, the Dow. The compensation, you're a sloop. 25, 55, 55, 74. 5 crew. 75, 40, 60, 7 crew. Yeah, if you sell it, you can get your crew a bigger cabin. That's against the rules. Yeah, I wouldn't. Bigger ship, more fun. We could go kill a few people. Let's go to Queen's Birth, you know? There'll be a few quests to turn in. right? And we'll buy a new ship at the beginning of next episode, huh? Something to turn up for. We had a good week tonight. We did a little main co-op. We did a very little bit of main quest, even though it didn't seem like we were doing main quest. I'm gonna level with you, everybody. I did not remember that that's where you find a map to Ukaizo. Whoops. We can earn 20k in a little bit. It won't be too hard. Many of our things are like, I'll give you 1,000 coins if you do.
You ain't that fresh shat bare Paul's lump of lumber yonder. That be the misery's delight. Malnaj's pus-stuffed canker of a boat.
As soon as we can save, we'll start talking to Seraphin. He points wildly at a half-galley docked nearby. Only 2 hands hold the deck. The remaining crew may be below decks, or they may be ashore. Who?
Malnaj. High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire. Unfortunately, also the second best ship hunter around. After yours truly, of course.
He huffs.
Doxy popped a hard on and a half for hating me the tick I joined the sorcerer. Romaro shielded me from the worst of her training. When they bountied him, I figured for sure the Rat Queen would be the first rat up the gangplank. Malnaj be up in Romaro's head, or I've never had a roll on the waves. She finds him for us. She'll sink him soon as sighted. Come on, Captain.
He bounces on the balls of his feet. Well, clearly we gotta go find her and beat her up then. Let's do that. But let's do that next week. Thank you very much for returning to Pillars of Eternity with me. Slam Shadows has waited very patiently, and we had such a good time playing Stardew Valley, but I do think it's time to continue our original quest of finishing Pillars of Eternity 2. And we will perhaps learn some news about Avowed, maybe not before next week, but sometime soon, so maybe we finish Pillars of Eternity 2 and then we play Avowed together. Yes, a new fancy large open world game that will stretch the limits of my graphics card and computer to see if we can stream it and play it at the same time. Next week on Pillars of Eternity 2, we do some beating up, we do some catching up, we buy a ship. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It has been a distinct pleasure. I hope to see you again soon. I'll point out that tomorrow night Full Security is continuing. I'm not actually sure what she's doing right now, but always worth a watch. Highly recommend at all times. And I will be back on Wednesday night to finish Final Fantasy V. And I say that not with frustration, but with enthusiasm and excitement, because I assure you, we're going to win. We're going to have an excellent time together. We're going to finish Final Fantasy V. We're going to watch an ending cutscene, because they do that now. And we're going to cheer ourselves on, saying we're having an excellent little adventure here. Am I sure we're going to finish it? Ah, yes. You see, you don't know a little secret. The thing I've been doing over the last week a little bit, huh? I've gone mad. I expect Mako to say, Jimbles, what the fuck? Right? Right? Ah, yes, I've gone mad when it comes to Final Fantasy V, believe me. Yes, we're going to finish it. We're going to beat Shinryu, the last mega boss. What are we doing once we finish Final Fantasy V? We're starting Final Fantasy VI. Yes, the same evening. And then, like, it is a long way in the future, but I strictly have decided when we finish Final Fantasy VI, we may take a break. And we may play Final Fantasy's Origin Stranger of Paradise. Yes, that's right. A massive jump forward in the series. But I think it would be a lot of fun to see how it turns out, right? I think it'd be great. Action games, a Souls-like game, a new game. Still essentially a JRPG, but honestly, I think it would be a lot of fun to see how it turns out. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm also going to raid you, my friends, over to Obscene Thylacine, who is doing an art stream. A friend of mine, very lovely person. And I encourage you to raid over there and have a good time and check out what she's got on offer. In 5 seconds or so, I'll click the raid button, and I wish you a very good night. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you Wednesday night.